Welcome back to the AristoCrits, the weekly series in a world where adventure awaits any worthy hero. These, unfortunately, are not those heroes. These guys are going to be doing jobs that nobody else will touch with a 10-foot-long poleaxe. I'm your DM, Clay Larsen, and we've got a bunch of great guests with us today. We've got Ben Greene, Holly Prazoff, and Jen Krueger. Returning to us again, Jen Krueger.
Yes, thank you for having me back. Oh, I like this.
There was an applause in the studio, and I genuinely don't know if the mics can even pick up the
It just look insane
applause.
if not.
Yeah, or else we just look crazy.
Yeah.
Guys, we are going to be playing an adventure that was voted on last week called The Unsnuffed Flame. Ooh. If you guys hang out, at the end of the show, you can vote on the adventure we're going to do the following week. Also, if you want to vote and play along with us as we go, we've got a megaphone application at jash.com/play. You can keep watching the Twitch stream feed there and vote on various things that'll come up as we go throughout the show. So let's just, before we get into it, meet our guests and their characters. Guys, Ben, why don't you tell us about your character?
Okay, I am Varys. I am a wizard sun elf, and I'm currently running for a seat, council seat 28B, on the Council of Mages. So vote Varys.
Vote Varys. Nice alliteration going there.
Thank you.
Can you give us one of Varys's platforms?
Oh, you know, I'm running on a platform of lowering taxes, fixing our roads, figuring out a way to deal with the gnome problem that Calmstone has. What?
The gnome problem?
Yes, we have a serious gnome problem.
Wow. Well, all right.
But it's fixable. Friends, it's fixable.
You said seat 23A?
28B.
28A though, right? Or B?
B.
Okay, wow. All right. Holly?
Hi, I'm Holly, and I'm going to be playing Wangort. I am 8 foot tall Goliath fighter, known for my figure. Not only am I Goliath fighter, but I also compete in pageants. And I really just don't like that people think just because you're 8 foot tall, you can't be sexy and feminine. You know what I mean? I'm really going out there to kind of break down some boundaries.
I feel like you're this world's, like, Gwendolyn Christie or something.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I'll take it.
What kind of pageants does Wangort compete in?
One's for ladies or men.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not picky, and my talent is a small flute.
Awesome.
All right.
And Jen, why don't you reintroduce us to Minion?
Yeah, this is the return of Minion. He's my Lightfoot halfling warlock. He met a human warlock that he thinks is just the best. And he just really wanted to serve that warlock. Unfortunately, that warlock did not think that much of Minion, so he got rid of his real name, took the moniker Minion, and is now on a quest to have adventure and to gain riches to prove himself a worthy minion for his master.
Can I ask, where did Minion get the idea that riches would impress his master? Or, like, why does he think that's what it takes to get at his, I guess, he doesn't think his master's good graces?
Well, the way that he met Master was after he left his own village. He kind of was just trying to find his way in the world, and he was living in Master's garden for a couple of weeks before Master realized he was there. And he just kind of noticed, like, coin makes the world go round. So, you know, maybe if he brings some coin to Master, Master will be impressed.
That is fair.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Wangort really pulling for Minion's philosophy.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's get into it. Once again, if you're just joining us, you can vote on anything that's going on or polls that are going up. I think Will's talking about what we're voting on in the chat. But if you go to jash.com/play, you can keep watching the feed and vote on Megaphone there. Actually, also, if you want to follow us, it's a very annoying tech problem that we're working on. The follow button at jash.com doesn't work, so follow us on twitch.tv/jashplay. Okay, I'm going to stop being confusing about how to follow us right now. Guys, you are in the city of Calmstone. It's around 9 a.m., and you're in the waiting room at the offices of Tavlin's Temporium, LLC. an adventurer's temp agency that you're at for work today. There's white walls, there's kind of cheap chairs, there's old motivational posters on the wall. It's, you know, it's an office, not particularly nice, but not disgusting. There's cheap coffee in a corner if you guys want. And towards the entrance, there's a receptionist, middle-aged, very quiet, older lady, or not that old, because you can tell there's a sign next to her desk that just says, "I'm 36." And she's like working on paperwork. And you're waiting for the employer, Tavlin, to come out and give you your job. Do you guys want to do anything, or?
I'd like to get some coffee.
Okay, great.
Yes. I will drink coffee.
You do not have to roll for that. You can have coffee.
Okay.
Anything else?
I just wanted to tell Betsy I'm also 36. Yeah! Cool.
She kind of looks up and he goes, "Oh, well, great for you," and goes back to her work.
I'm gonna walk up to Betsy's desk and peek up over it.
Did your boss make you put that sign there in exchange for that raise we got you?
Oh, you.
Hi! I'm back. I didn't get enough gold last time for Master to be impressed, so I thought I'd do another job.
Yeah, all right. No, I didn't get a raise, actually.
You didn't get it?
No.
But we were so convincing.
I mean, were you?
I think so. Do you want me to talk to my master about it?
Okay, sure. Talk to
All
your
right.
master.
Master can do anything. He'll get you that raise.
Okay. Betsy kind of goes back to her work without even saying goodbye to Minion.
That's okay.
She's very, very dismissive of not just Minion, any adventurers who come in here, really. Like, she sees these people, it's like a revolving door in here. People who think they're going to go out in the world and be big heroes and instead end up doing the types of jobs you're going to do. Speaking of which, Tavlin just comes out. He opens up his office door and a fat little gnome comes out. With a folder.
Doesn't surprise me that he's fat.
And he comes out and he's wearing his like long, elegant, like very formal robe. And he throws the hood back and he goes, "Good morning, adventurers! Welcome, I hope you're feeling up for an adventure, because that's what I have for you. A grand and important adventure. Are you ready?"
Wengord is ready, and then I kind of fist pump and punch a hole in the ceiling. Sorry.
A little bit of plaster falls down and he kind of looks up like, "Well, we may have to take that out of your wages. Sorry, but I mean, it's not free to fix. Anyway, alas, I see here, based on what we've got today," and he's looking through his folder, "alas, the bane of the city, the torch, has been flaring up again, and our brave defenders need your help desperately. You must fight back these flames, and maybe, just maybe, forever end their foul magic upon our land."
You're still sick?
No, that was just a long description of the quest.
Oh, because last time I saw you, you were kind of under the weather.
No, I'm over that.
Okay, good.
The Calmstone Fire Brigade has hired you to help fight back these magical flames. You can report to their permanent firehouse, Station 56, next to the torch for more information.
Oh, ready for the challenge.
Oh, all right.
Did somebody write that down?
We can find it.
So I'll tell you guys your characters have all lived in Calmstone, so you guys have heard of the torch. Basically, the torch there's a big tower towards the center of the city. It's very old, and hundreds of years ago, a pyromancer tried to open a portal to one of the 9 hells.
Of course.
And it just so happens something went wrong with the spell, killed him, and it basically created a microscopic but permanently open portal. And so that place, unless people fight it back, is always magically on fire. And generally it can be self-contained a little bit, especially that's why there's a permanent fire station there. But periodically, and for reasons that aren't quite known, it will flare up and it'll like start burning much more. And it's a magical fire, so it's tied to the tower. So even though the tower burns and it can spread, the tower itself won't be consumed by the fire. That's why it's lasted so long. So you guys have you've heard a little bit about it. It's kind of like one of those things that like I feel like you could compare it almost like to a nuclear power plant, where it's like everybody knows it's there, everybody's aware it could be dangerous, but for the most part, it's watched, so you don't have to worry too much about it.
Got it.
I do think it should be closed permanently.
Well, this job isn't about if you can do that or not, but you need help, and maybe you will be able to close it. I don't know. It could happen.
Well, let's go.
We'll try.
I mean, listen, they hired people to help battle the flames. You're going to get further directions from them, so, skedaddle.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck, brave adventurers! And he just, stares at you for a moment and then turns around and walks back into his office.
Well, let's beat feet.
Yes, it seems like we have our work cut out for us.
Let's go.
So you guys want the firehouse that he was talking about, Station 56, is basically, there's a bit of a perimeter around the tower, and it's on the other side. It's towards the center of town. You guys can walk there in not too long.
Okay.
You can also feel free to go anywhere else in town if you want. If you have anything you feel like your character needs to do beforehand. But, as you guys all know, the jobs that Tavlin's Temporium gives out, they tend to be one-day things. So if you want to get paid, you need to finish the job or complete the requirements by the end of the day.
I'd like to walk there, but drop off flyers that say "Vote Varys" in the various windows we pass.
Okay.
If that's all right.
So you guys, are you helping him, or are you just come on?
I don't really want to endorse any kind of racial platform.
I like the gnomes.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, describe what Varys's flyers look like and say.
Oh, they're very simple. It says in very small writing, "Vote Varys," and in very big writing, "No more gnomes."
Okay, great.
What have the gnomes done to you?
It's a little personal, but it goes back to my childhood. I went to a boarding school that was mostly gnomes, and the children were horribly cruel to me every day of my life. You go through that for 13 years, and you might not like gnomes too much yourself.
I feel like you can't just lay it on an entire race of people.
I mean, I would agree.
I feel like you can't just lay it on an entire race of people.
We're not. That's exactly what.
Right, I'm doing that.
Yeah, you are.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Well,
Good. Let's get to work.
So, are you just leaving these flyers in?
Just in the windows as we pass.
Just leaning it up against the window, or a stack for
Putting
people
them to the
take?
windows, taping them inside,
Okay.
taping them so that they can be seen from inside the stores and outside.
Oh, I see. That's good.
They're double-sided
They're
flyers.
double-sided.
that's
all
a
right,
good
cool.
idea.
Thank you.
I'll give you that one.
Nobody confronts you, but I'm going to tell you this much: not all those flyers stay up. You don't even have to roll to know that.
All right.
But you guys.
Can I roll an investigation check
Yes,
to see
yes.
what is happening to my flyers?
Yes.
14.
14. Are you trained in investigation? I don't think so. So you, as the last one, there's a little shop that you put one in, and as you're walking away, you kind of look back over your shoulder, and a shopkeep comes out and kind of stands and just stares at it, and he's not mad, but he seems confused. And as you're watching, he kind of looks at it and scratches his head, and then just tears it down.
Oh, well, I would like to talk to that man.
Okay. Yes.
What's the confusion?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, I noticed you don't like my flyer.
This is yours?
Yes, I'm Varys. Hello. Vote Varys.
What? I don't want gnome hatred on my shop window, sir.
Well, this campaign is a lot more than gnome hatred. You can agree, though, that the gnomes are lazy and taking our jobs.
No. I've got a number of great gnomes working for me in the back.
Well, okay, well, good to meet you then. Not our guy.
I just want to,
we're not.
we don't you're not affiliated.
I don't know what the three of you are doing.
It's more of a
going
work
around.
thing.
it's
You know,
him.
you have
He's just
that
we're
coworker
nearby.
you work with, and you gotta hang out.
No, if there's a coworker I don't like, I don't hang out with them outside of work.
Well, you're the boss. You have that
Well, that's
sort
true.
of
I am the
luxury.
boss.
You can hang out with whoever. We are kind of don't have that luxury. We're stuck with this guy. We're not really.
I'd rather hang out with a bunch of gnomes, if you're asking me.
Yeah, me too. If there was
Have you
any way.
just never met a good guy of a gnome?
No, I've never met a good guy of a gnome.
You know, come back with me. Come back. He's kind of motioning you like he wants to introduce you to some of his gnome workers. Which
Is there any way we could leave and get back to our mission?
Yeah, we don't exactly have time for this right now. We will go on our
I'm
way.
not sure his gnome opinion would be changed right immediately.
Yeah, maybe we can stop here on our way back to Tavlin's once we've completed the
Yes,
task.
yes.
Sure.
I'm very task oriented myself.
all right, suit yourself. I don't feel like you're gonna be able to find any support with such a bigoted message. To be honest.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Fine. Good day, sir.
I don't need your vote.
Well, I mean,
Good day.
you might.
Well, I don't. Let's go.
Okay.
So you guys continue walking.
I wish you didn't really have my back over there.
Yeah, we
yeah.
we straight up told you as soon as we left Tavlin's that we were not on board with the anti-gnome thing.
You think that I should maybe make that less of my...
I would
Campaign?
strike it all together.
All right, I'm going to take it under consideration.
You know,
I'm
I have a
gonna
real
take it.
suggestion. I'm not super intelligent, but I would say almost don't mention the gnome thing until you get elected. Then boom, no gnomes.
Okay, I don't like that idea either.
Oh,
Can
well,
we
it's
just
a bit sneaky, yes.
I'm going to feel out how other people feel about this.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'll take what you said under consideration.
I feel comfortable with that because I think almost every other person we meet will not be anti-gnome. So
We'll
okay.
see.
Will not be anti-gnome. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're necessarily pro-gnome. I just don't think that there's like a massive racial hatred toward them. I think they're like any, people feel about them the way they feel about dwarves, the way they feel about tieflings, the way they feel about dragon. It's all kind of the same. People are people. Guys, my master's the best. Have I told you about him? He's the best.
What did I do to get into this position? I'm literally dying over here. Ah.
The 8-foot Goliath is the voice of reason in this situation. And so you guys have been having this conversation as you're walking towards the tower, and you kind of like come into, it's in the middle of the city, and there's still like buildings all around, but you can kind of see now the tower that you were approaching, and there, you can see flames coming out of the windows. It's not entirely on fire, but it's more lit up than you're used to seeing it normally.
Is it like a regular flame, or is it a different color? Is there anything different about it than what we
The
would normally
color looks like a normal flame, but you can tell because the tower's on fire, but it's not like normally if a building's on fire, it like roofs start caving in and stuff because it gets eaten away. And this, the building and the tower itself is not getting eaten away, but if you look at the bottom, you can all notice with your just passive perception that anything on the ground next to it is scorched.
Okay.
And so there is a moat built around it, which seems very pragmatic for a constantly on fire building. But like other than that, it's a little bit of a clearing almost in the city because nothing can get too close to this. And as you guys approach, right off to the, I guess this would be the east, is a large 2-story like brick firehouse looking place. And that you can see there's a lot of people going to and from the tower. There's people of varying races, all types of different races, carrying like different equipment, and some people are like going towards the tower, and some people are just like bringing more equipment into the firehouse, and it's just very busy right now.
I feel like we should try to find the fire chief.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Pretty busy.
I'm sure there's a receptionist of some kind.
Yes.
So
Go in and talk to the receptionist.
So as you go in, all these bustles, and there's a guy, you don't see a receptionist right off the bat, but there's a dwarf towards the back who's kind of like shouting out orders to people.
Okay.
Let's talk to that dwarf. He
Yeah.
looks like he knows what's going on.
Sounds good.
How do you feel about dwarfs?
I love dwarfs.
Okay, it's just the gnomes.
I love all
It has
people.
nothing to do with
No, you
height,
don't.
so-
You don't like
I
gnomes.
love. I just want to make it clear. I want to make the world a better place for so many of us here.
Except
For
Except
dwarves,
gnomes,
for halflings, all sorts of different kinds. Elves, it's just, I feel like there's one specific type of creature that's weighing the rest of us down.
yes, gnomes. You mentioned it.
Yes, okay.
Let's get back to
Yeah,
work.
let's go.
I just want to stay on task here.
Let's talk to this dwarf.
So this dwarf, and as you get closer, you can tell he has like normal for dwarves, a big beard, but the ends are kind of like, you made a serious face when I mentioned that he had a dwarven beard.
We don't grow facial hair, Goliaths.
That makes sense. It's
We're
true.
too big.
And too rocky.
Yes.
So this dwarf, he has his big beard, but the ends are all like, there's singe marks and everything, and he's got like, he looks like he hasn't had time to take like a bathe himself in a while. Like he's covered in like soot stains, and he's like barking orders, and all while like smoking a big stogie.
Okay.
And he's kind of like, hey, over there, bring it over there. We got to bring the new equipment in and get those water orbs over to the second unit, all right? They need them. And he's like just barking all this stuff. So do you guys want to approach him and say anything?
Hello. We've been sent here to work.
We're trying to put out the fire in the building next door.
Yes, we've been told to come here.
So
Tavlin sent us.
all of this catches his attention, and he looks, and he kind of like turns his attention to you and stops what he was yelling. You guys are the adventurers we hired, huh?
That's
Yes.
us.
Yes.
All right, there's a big problem. The tower's been flaring up. All right, I don't know what Blazul is going on in there, but you kind of know. He referred to it as Blazul, and that's because the tower, before it was the torch, the pyromancer who caused this all to happen was a pyromancer named Blazul. And so
Of
it was
course,
originally
yes.
the Tower of Blazul.
Yes. Makes sense.
I don't know what's going on in there, but things are worse than ever. We need someone to go in, not only to help close this portal, but figure out why it's flaring up so bad.
Well, you're in luck. We are your three guys.
We volunteer. Well, we get paid, so it's not a but we're putting ourselves forward for this
Yeah, I get how a
task.
temp,
Oh, we need the money.
I get how a temp quest works.
Okay.
Can we use some of your suits?
Yeah, we've got a bunch of new suits. You can borrow whatever equipment you need. I would recommend it because it is hot in there.
Well,
It
let
is an
me
inferno.
just say, no need for a suit for me. I
Oh,
am
you're gonna
made
want
of
to put on a suit.
rocks and stone, so I'm not worried about burning in the flames.
It wouldn't hurt to put on a suit.
I would just put it on.
Refuse.
I really.
I do not want to put on a suit. I would feel claustrophobic.
You have hair on your
Clothes
head.
make you feel claustrophobic?
I prefer to walk around in bikinis.
Okay.
It comes with the territory of,
Yes.
being in pageants.
But later, remember this moment.
Oh,
Just
I might.
okay. I think you will.
All right. Well, if you want to grab any equipment, there's lockers in the back with extras. All right. I also am going to set you up with some partners who are more experienced for the 3 in, 3 out rule. Typically with firefighters, you always have 3 men on the inside, 3 on the out to watch out for anything that might go wrong.
We didn't know this. We're glad you're mentioning it now.
How much firefighting experience do any of you have?
None.
I have a lot.
Really? Do you?
I do firefightings every day.
You do firefightings every day.
What are you trying to gain here?
Just respect.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Well, then I suggest we put you in charge.
Oh, I don't like that. If one of these 3 he's gonna pair us with is a gnome and he's in charge, we're gonna seriously regret that decision.
Well, you heard both of them. I'm in charge now. We'll take we'll take these 3 people who are more experienced and forge ahead.
So as you guys were discussing who's in charge, another firefighter has come up to him and he kind of says like, Bunker, there's not enough water orbs. We're gonna get some more, but we only have a couple left for the rest of the day. We're not sure when the next shipment's coming in. Oh, and the dwarven fire chief, turns to him and goes, all right, well, how many we've only got 3 left. he kind of like looks at you guys.
That's like a perpetual fire. You should probably just give us all 3.
All right. And he takes like these 3. They're not super bright, but they're kind of vaguely glowing. They're like blue swirling orbs. And he kind of hands all 3. They're about fist size. He hands them to you.
I immediately crush mine. I'm
no.
just too strong. Damn it! This happens all the time. Oh.
So roll a d20.
Oh.
This is a strength check.
19
And then you're gonna add this.
plus 3.
Yeah. So you crush that.
Okay.
And as it breaks open, a torrent, more water than it seems like could have come from an orb this size, comes flowing out. And just soaks everything. And the fire chief, Uther, and the other guy just called him Bunker. It's probably like a nickname or something. Bunker just goes, "What the hells are you doing?"
Sorry about that. I don't know my own strength sometimes.
Can we agree that Goliath won't, our friend Wengord over here, won't handle these water orbs anymore?
Yeah, okay. You don't talk to anybody, and you don't hold anything delicate.
That was one of the main things we needed and the main weapons we had against these magical flames coming in from the portal.
Listen, I don't know if you know my master, but he's like the best and he can do anything. And I promise if like at the end of the day stuff isn't right, like he'll make it right.
Who's your master?
Steve,
Who is Steve?
he's a warlock.
Is he in the Council of Mages? Because those guys do not give us nearly enough help or
No,
funding.
I don't think he is. He serves that which lurks, and I serve Steve.
Anyway, so you're in charge, you said?
Yes, I'm in charge. I already know how many of these orbs we need to fight the fire, but in your opinion, I just want to see that you know also, how many would you guess would be a good number for a fire like the one we see out there?
I mean, as many as you can get.
Do you think that 2 would be enough?
I mean, hopefully, because that's all we've got for the rest of the day.
Again, I'm sorry. I feel like I said it.
From the cracked shard of this orb, it's like slowed down a little, but there's still water flowing out. These seem to be like a magical way to like get a lot of water from one place to another. So you know, so water is still spilling around. Like basically, your guys are like it's not totally flooded, but like you're soaked up to like your ankles.
That's why I didn't want to put
That's
any
probably
clothes.
like knees on me.
Nothing's wet for me.
That's great, Wengord.
You know, there's nothing that can ruin your day like a bit of a damp pant. You know what I mean?
Can you sit on your orb possibly to stop the water from flowing out?
Of course. Don't mind if I do. Oh, it's like a bidet.
So you sit on the cracked crystal.
Ooh, ouch.
Okay. Roll a Constitution check.
What do I do?
So roll
so
your
the
D20.
20 again. Okay. And then you're gonna add the modifier by con. Oh, she got a natural 1.
Okay. So
Plus.
you sit right on a jagged point.
Okay.
Just roll the D4. Nope.
No, the little one.
Triangle one.
Nice.
This is going to be how much damage you take from sitting right on a spike. So just
Only
one. So you sit directly on the spike and take a little damage. It probably startles you.
13, just take 1 off.
Sorry. No one warned me of all the math.
How much water is stopped from flowing out of it, though?
I don't know. Your Goliath friend just sat on a spike and
My name is Wengord, and I'm happy to do it.
Thank you, Wengord.
Yes.
thanks, Wengord.
Thanks, Wengord.
So it doesn't. I honestly don't even feel any pain. I have one of the strongest butts in my area. I can sit on anything. Challenge me.
You're a gem.
No, I'm rock, sheer rock. It's not jam, but we've tried.
So he's like, Bunker is like almost done with you guys. He's like kind of rubbing his head, clearly like worried about the fact that you guys just straight up broke one of the water orbs. And he kind of rubs his forehead and says, "Look, go back. And in the back, you should be able to find the unit who's going to be watching over you All 3 of them are in back there, all right? They'll help you out and help you get equipment. I've got to go deal with this, see if I can increase the frequency we're getting these orbs from the council from.
Got it. We all have our assignments. Good luck.
Just so you know that if I was elected for the council,
Are you handing him a
I'm
flyer?
handing this man a flyer.
no.
I would provide more water orbs on a day-to-day basis. Just think about it. All right, guys, let's
Okay.
move
You really
on.
think you could do that?
I really think I could.
Yeah, but you'll lose a lot of gnomes in the process.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. He doesn't immediately throw the flyer away.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, okay. Here you go, bud.
So you guys walk away back towards the back? All right, so in the back as you go through the firehouse, there's, people bustling around. There's like kind of a break room area next to the lockers. And there's a couple of the firefighters. There's 2 half-elves and a halfling in back who are kind of sitting at the table and talking to each other.
Well, we're looking for Bull or
Axe or Shadow.
Axe or Shadow, gentlemen. Can you point us towards
Yeah.
Bull, Axe, or Shadow?
Yeah, we're
Is that
looking
you
for
guys?
them.
They look at you and kind of like look at you. Yeah, that's us. You those temps they're bringing in?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We need
Here
to
stop-
suit up.
Stop the fire.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, well, go ahead and suit up. The locker on the end there should have some ones. You're a big one. You're gonna need
I'm not gonna require a suit, don't worry.
You're not wearing a suit?
No, thank you. These are rocks.
She's refusing against all logic to put on
Okay.
any protective wear.
All right.
Everyone's got their thing, you know? This guy doesn't like gnomes.
Which position I'm considering right now.
They all kind of like laugh at. Do an insight check, Holly.
To the 20. And I'm assuming you don't have.
So an insight is
in
going to be
Is
a
it
wisdom.
intelligence or wisdom? So add your wisdom modifier to it.
So 7.
7. All right. You have no idea why they're laughing.
Okay,
You
yeah.
you think they're like all just good spirits.
We're having a laugh. This is great. I didn't know how much fun we were gonna have. We're having it.
Well, are you going to put on your suits, the other 2 of you, or what?
Yeah.
So you guys, if you look in the lockers and that, there are, it's fire suits. They're kind of big and bulky. And I'll tell you this, you can choose to wear them. You get a -1 to your AC because it makes moving a little bit difficult, but you become resistant to fire.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put on this suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it's like a big, long coat, boots, gloves, and a helmet.
Beautiful.
And
Hey,
it's big enough that you can fit it on any other armor or clothes you may be wearing.
Wengor, just so you know, this is making us resistant to fire over here.
Last time I checked, rocks don't burn, gentlemen.
Are you okay? Here's a question I have for you. Are you literally made of rocks, or you're kind of from a rocky area, right?
I'm
it's not
made
that you're
of rocks.
literally made
I'm
of.
from a rocky area.
I will say this, you're not made of literal rocks, but your skin is of a rockier consistency than it's not natural flesh
Look,
like
you're
a
not
halfling.
Luke Cage, okay? So could you put on the suit?
Not familiar with the reference.
All right. Took
I
a
will tell you-
flyer on that
I will
one.
tell you this, Goliaths can burn, but they're pretty tough too. So like,
I don't want to wear these dresses.
That's
These
fine, you don't
protective
have to.
dresses are
You
not my
don't have
thing.
to.
Can I would just like to make a point.
Yes.
All right. So if you were actually made of rock, when you sat on that crystal, it wouldn't have poked you in the butt the way it did.
That's a fair point.
So maybe you're not as fire resistant as you seem to think you are.
But some rocks are gentler than others. A shale, perhaps? Is that like a kind of rock?
yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Yep.
So there you go. I'm shale.
Okay.
So,
Sounds
All
like
right.
your mind is made up.
Wengor, the shale Goliath. Okay, so after you put those on, the 2 of you put those on.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The other firefighters kind of look you up and down and go, all right, so what's your plan?
my plan was to go in there and punch the flames until they expire.
So that is part of our 3-part plan.
When was the last time anybody was actually inside the tower?
They kind of confer, and Shadow says, well, I think Bull was in there about 2 weeks ago. Isn't that right? And the one he's referring to, and he looks at, kind of thinks about it for a second and says, yeah, about 2 weeks ago, it was fine in there then. The tower is kind of weird. It's got one room where the portal's ingress into our world, they call it, the point of entry, is located. And normally we're able to keep it pretty much to that room. Gotta watch out for backdrafts if you go in there, but most of the rest of the tower is okay. And so
where is that? Is it at
it's
the
up
top?
on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
It's not at the very
Backdraft.
top of the tower,
Okay.
but in the 3rd floor. But yeah, ever since then, nobody's been able to. I mean, we've had 1 or 2 people who try to get in the inside of the 1st floor, but it's too hot, and we've run into weird occurrences. Some people claim the flames were attacking them, and I don't know. It was odd.
Sounds fun.
And they had water orbs like we do?
We bring in water orbs, but anytime we try to fight the flames itself, it doesn't seem to have much of an effect.
Is there any other entrance besides the main one to the tower?
No, I mean the tower is kind of circular on each floor, so that there's like a back door, but it pretty much leads to the same room. Especially on the 1st floor, it doesn't have a lot. It plays some side closets, but it's basically one big entrance hall.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get inside and get up to that 3rd floor.
All right, I mean, you're gonna need to be careful. How much experience fighting fires do you 3 have?
Well, this guy apparently has much experience.
Back in Carindor, my hometown, I was the head of the fire brigade.
Axa perks up and says, "You're from Carindor.
Yes, I am.
Which brigade?"
Brigade number 8.
Number 8.
That sounds like one, doesn't it?
Uh-oh.
All of Carindor's brigades are named after different monsters.
Yes, you got my joke. You see, I don't have any experience at all. It was a joke.
Are they hiring from the temp agencies again?
Did you not know that? That's
Oh
where we're
my
from.
god! And like all 3 of them kind of like get really upset. Like you get the impression that they have run through this with other temps before.
What happened to the last temps who
Yeah,
took
that
this
would be
job?
my next question.
And they kind of look at you, and Bull goes, "Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you 3. We've had temps before joining the fire brigade on a temporary basis before, and they have not come out of that tower."
Well, we're different.
Yes, and we still get paid whether we come out of the tower or not, correct?
No, because then we'd be dead.
Whitegord's got to make some cash.
What do you need the cash for?
These pageants, you got to pay to get in them.
That seems wrong.
I agree. But if you win, the riches are never ending.
But again, Wangor, if we die, you're not going to be able to do the pageant.
Okay, that is one way to look at it.
We're going to try not to die, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough, yes.
I don't want to die. I want to serve master.
And Bull kind of looks at you guys and says, "Look, I can't believe they're doing this, but we'll give you as much help as we can. But frankly, we can't go in because we've lost a bunch of firefighters too because of whatever's attacking them in there. That's why they hired adventurers, but the overlap between firefighter and adventurer isn't enough. Like,
Well, also, isn't there the 3 in, 3 out rule that I was told about?
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it works better for a regular fire because then, 2 people go in. If they have trouble, 2 people go in. But if 3 people go in, or 2 people go in, and they're attacked by some unknown thing from one of the 9 hells that none of us can deal with, I mean, we're not going to go in after that. We're not crazy.
So basically, you're saying you're gonna hang us out to dry.
No,
That's what it sounds like, man.
no, we're going to be there. If you need some support or, any advice on dealing with the fire aspects of it, we'll help you out with that. Absolutely. But we're not fighters unless they're fires.
I think
All 3 of those guys laugh a bunch at that joke.
It sounds like this isn't a normal fire, so that's where our adventuring might come in handy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can fight anything.
Yes.
Does Wengord just hold that pose?
Yeah.
They all wait for you to say something, and then when it's clear you're not going to, kind of just continue. Yeah, I'm assuming that's why Uther Bunker hired you guys.
You guys
Sure,
all have
yeah.
fun nicknames.
Yeah, that's a part of the firefighters code.
So
You
what are
need
your real names?
Hmm?
You guys, Axe, Bull, and Shadow, those must be your nicknames, right? What are
Yeah,
your real names?
all firefighters have cool nicknames.
Right, what are your real names? You three.
Bull points at himself and goes, I go by Kenneth.
Oh, I like that.
Axe points at himself and goes like, my name's Toman.
Great,
And
great.
Shadow says, Shadow actually was my given name, but I wasn't happy with my parents, so I was rebellious and I changed it to Johan. But then as a nickname, it went back to Shadow. So it's sort of my real name, but you get it.
Wow, that's a weird coincidence.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a coincidence. I got the nickname because, you know, people are like, they find out your name was Shadow. They're like, that's so cool.
Well, that's not a nickname then. That's not what a nickname is.
But it's still...
A nickname comes from like something that happened to you or like a trait you have.
I mean, no,
just-
nicknames can come from anything.
It seems to me like we're just dicing tomatoes when we should be fighting this fire.
I would agree with you,
Yeah.
Wangor.
Let's go to the tower.
All
To the
right.
tower.
All right. Let's go. So you guys have that. You don't want to like get any other equipment or help or anything that you can think of from the firehouse?
Well, if they don't have any more water orbs.
Yeah.
You guys have the 2 water orbs. You 2 are wearing fire-resistant gear.
That's right.
And is there anything else you would look for? As you can ask for stuff too. I'm not.
Do you guys have any potions of healing we could have?
No, we don't have any potions of healing, but we got beds here that you could rest at if you need to.
Okay.
You know though that like if you were bad enough to come back and rest, you probably have failed this temp job.
Right.
What about, do you have any burritos?
Hold on a sec. Hey, Tiger! And another guy kind of like leans down from like the second floor where the fire pole is. He like sticks his head down and looks. Yeah, what's up? You got any more of those burritos up there? Roll a d20.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a burrito.
Wow, that was a low dice check.
That's not how it works. That's not how the burrito check works, all
Okay.
right?
All right.
There's very specific rules for a burrito check that I have in my head.
I was just gonna say if it's that low, we should all do a burrito check.
High or low doesn't matter.
Oh, all right.
Odd
or even.
Who knows? And the guy he called Tiger like comes down and he's holding it and he's like, yeah, I got one more of those burritos. Who needs it?
I mean, I'll take it. One won't really make a dent into this giant hunger, but yes.
No, we got a new recruit? Here you go.
Thank you.
Tiger kind of looks you up and down and says, no. He like looks at Axe, Bull, and Shadow and goes, if we got a new recruit, I know we're busy, but can't really have a new recruit without a nickname.
Oh, this is the best! Yes, please give me a nickname, yes!
So they're all looking at Goliath and like Tiger clearly thinks you're like a new fireman
Yes.
and wants the nickname, and the other guys are like, all right. So roll a d10.
Which one's that?
Yeah. You had it.
The
Yep.
10-sided die.
Either one of those 10-sided is.
All right. 5.
A 5.
Oh, I love that you had that prepared.
So Tiger's looking you up and down, and he kind of like nods and says, I'm gonna call you Drafty.
Yes!
Drafty.
Wangort loves it.
I like it
Yeah.
too.
All right. Anyways, I'm gonna head back up there. I gotta get my rest in before my shift. Stay safe out there, guys.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
that
very much.
burrito.
Thank you.
Toman, any other tools that are water related that you might have at your disposal?
Axe looks at you and like kind of stares at you when you call him Toman.
I think he wants you to use his nickname.
Oh, he didn't say that.
Well, I'm assuming
Look,
they seem pretty
we
serious about
don't
them.
really go by our regular names day to day here, all right? It could be a problem if you're in the middle of a fire.
She's right, yes.
And you, like, someone says Toman, and you don't know if there's another Toman in the room.
This is all good points.
All right. Axe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have a question. If my nickname is Drafty and there's a draft, a fire draft, what will happen? It could be confusing. I'm just bringing up the same point
Well,
you
we
made.
wouldn't say, we'd say backdraft.
Oh.
We wouldn't say draftee.
Oh, well, I hope not.
That's a good code.
I hope it doesn't get backdrafty in there.
Any other water tools? Axe?
Water tools?
Why are we dicing these tomatoes?
No, this could really help us to have actual tools there.
Oh.
You spent a solid minute getting a burrito. I just want to see, are there any water-related tools?
Well, we've got a portable pump you could set up in the moat. It doesn't go too far in, but you could get it to the first floor possibly if you needed it.
That sounds
okay,
useful.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll take that.
Yes.
Okay. He goes towards like the equipment area, pulls out like a big metal, like it's a big unwieldy pump, but it is like fairly industrial, but it is like just portable enough. Are you one of you going to take it?
I will take it.
Can you
yes.
Thank
please
you.
be careful?
Drafty.
What's your strength again? 17?
Yes.
Yes. All right, you don't have to roll. You can carry this. Okay. Anything else?
I feel like we're...
I got
You
the
good to
nickname.
go?
I'm
Yes,
good.
so, yeah.
Yeah. I got the burrito.
All right, let's head out. We'll go out. We'll set up right over the moat. Put up we can start setting up the pump for you guys in case you need it. You can start trying to get into the tower.
Great.
All right.
Sounds good.
So you guys go out there.
Yeah.
And I think at that point we'll take a quick break.
Oh.
Seems like a good break time. If you're watching and just joined us, just so you know what's going on. Just as a quick update, synopsis of what we've been doing. These guys are on a quest to fight a tower fire that's been raging for a couple hundred years. They've gotten help from the fire marshal and a bunch of other firefighters. A Goliath has refused to put on fire equipment and gotten a fireman's nickname, Drafty. And they're about to go in and fight this magical fire. We'll be right back after this break. And also, go ahead if you want to vote on if these guys are going to succeed or not. You can go to jash.com/play. You can keep watching the Twitch stream there and vote, and we'll see if they actually are able to succeed. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the AristoCrits. We got the results back from everybody in the chat room voting, and you guys actually think these guys are gonna win. I mean, they have been dicing a lot of tomatoes. I love that phrase, dicing tomatoes. Specifically, I like it because if you keep saying it over and over, it doesn't sound like a turn of phrase anymore. It sounds like you're specifically talking about that act. So if you guys are watching or just joined us and you want to play along and vote on stuff like if they're going to win, you can go to jash.com/play. And before we get back into it, we always like to kind of ask people a little bit of question after the first break. So, like, what kind of experience do you guys have with D&D? So we'll just go down the line. So, Ben?
I played for the first time like 2 weeks ago. I'm now in a campaign that's gonna hopefully go on for a while. I loved the first game.
Literally 2 weeks ago was the first time you had
I've ever played.
outside of this.
Yeah.
That's
That was the
awesome.
so yeah, I'm
Is
very
it-
new.
I'm actually curious, like, since you've played once, but now you're playing on this, like, what do you notice different, or like, is that weird to like play? Because the first time you played was in a just with a group of friends, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so now you're playing on this hacked, televised comedy version.
Right. I think by this point in the game, we've done a lot more fighting,
Yeah,
but that's the main difference.
right. I can see that. Yeah. Holly?
I've never played D&D before. This is my first time.
And so I actually like, with people who have never played before, I always like to ask them, like, what was your idea of what D&D was before you played?
I thought it was like less, I don't know how, like I thought it was a lot more like reading. For some reason I pictured a lot of reading, and I thought, oh, no thanks. But, there are books for that. But
Holly hates reading.
but it seems like there's less reading, so I'm interested.
Yeah, there is absolutely reading, but like that's like it. Like there's like books for like if you're the DM or if you want to like make your own character, like I did for you. I made Holly's character. I make a lot of the guest characters. But like there is a full book, but a lot of it is like it's only a big full book because it has every possible option you could have. You don't have to necessarily read all of it at once. It's
reference.
Yeah, it's a reference or like a manual that you go to the parts you need, not like a thing you read the full thing.
Well, yeah, like I thought that it would be like before we did anything, you would be like, let's bring out the book. You know what I mean? So it's less, you haven't said that once.
I'm absolutely going to start putting all the like notes I type up in a book just so I can start like, let's bring out the book.
Well, you will have lost me at that point, but...
Never will come on again. Actually, you know what? Before we get to Jen, I just want to double back real fast. Because, Ben, since you've only played once before, I'm just curious, what did you think it was before you had played?
Yeah, I thought it was a lot... this is more like just a word, like nerdier than it is. Like, there was going to be... like more stuff that wasn't interesting.
Yeah.
Somehow.
But
I didn't know how much it was just like engaging in like up playing pretend.
But now you see how macho and wicked cool it is.
I do. Right now, this is a game.
Not nerdy
Burly
at all.
men.
Yeah.
And ladies. Yeah.
And then Jen, you've been on before, but
Yeah.
want to quick recap your experience?
I've been playing for over 15 years. I started with 2nd edition, and then went on to 3rd and 3.5, skipped 4th, and I dived headlong into 5th though.
Nice.
And I'm playing 3 different 5e campaigns right now outside of AristoCrits.
Ooh.
Excuse
I think 5th edition is probably my favorite edition. I think they've really done a great job of brought improvements and made it more fun and more flexible.
She's talking about the book, right?
Yes.
So there is, okay.
Yeah.
Let's bring it out.
Cool. Let's just jump into it. I got notified that you guys in the chat, someone told me that I should make the burrito check table and sell it on the new Dungeon Masters Guild website. And that's a great idea. I don't think anybody would pay 99 cents for that. $9.99. You're crazy.
That's a very
whoever said
expensive
that.
burrito.
You price that as pay what you want, and then hope that people like pity you because you spent time of your life to make up a table of what you roll to get a fake burrito.
What would you pay for a burrito in life?
No more than
Then
$7.99.
Well, this is a table that provides infinite burritos.
Oh.
They're not real burritos, you crazy people.
Bring out the
Oh, I feel like they're real burritos.
Let's jump back into it. So you guys just got to the you left the firehouse, you went to the tower, and you are with Axe, Bull, and Shadow, and Wengort, aka Firefighter Drafty, has a nickname, great, and is carrying a big pump to put into the moat outside the tower. So you guys get there, and the firefighters are able to, the moat controls are on their side. It's really, I think there's controls on both sides, but they get the bridge down, and you guys can just go across.
Hey, are you single?
Why, yes. Thank you for asking.
I know this half-orc barbarian I think you'd really get along with.
Well, let's talk about it after the mission when we go for a
Just remind
beer,
me.
of course.
I think you and Gorf would just be perfect
Oh,
for each other.
yes. I like anything.
Oh, he's great. Very
Great.
feminist.
Okay, great. Yes.
Bringing Gorf back.
I feel like they would be the perfect couple.
So you guys get there, and they're setting up the pump. And as Axe and Bull do that, Shadow comes over to you guys and kind of like looks at Drafty. I'm just gonna use these names. And kind of says like, "Look, we were talking about it when we were setting up the pump, and if one of you already has a name, it seems like you should all have fireman names."
Oh, come on, that's not fair. I was finally special.
Yes.
Also, I don't want to be called anything other than minion. That is who I am at my deepest core.
Thank
Okay.
you for the thought, Johan, but we will pass.
Not. Please don't call me that.
I think it's good. It could be confusing with the campaign. People won't know who to vote for.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
Yes.
All right.
You've got to pick one name and stick to it. I know politics.
All right. Fine. It's your funeral if it gets crazy in there. You don't know what to call each other. The firemen seem very intent on the importance of names.
Yikes.
So with that taken care of, Shadow kind of says, "Look, we know the door's unlocked. You can get in there. The first level should be pretty clear of any gases. You shouldn't have to worry about a backdraft or anything. But once you get in there, we don't know exactly what you'll be facing. All right? But just remember, the water orbs, you want to save them and use them to close off the portal and see if maybe that taps down on whatever's been like causing this to explode and flare up more.
So you want us to put the water orb into the portal hole?
I mean, in a word, yeah.
Okay.
You can break it open over the ingress too.
I've done
a
that
portal's
before.
not just I'm not a mage, but it's not like a simple round circle. It's kind of an ingress between realities. I'm really not the person who should be explaining this. I'm a simple firefighter.
Usually they're spherical in nature.
Yeah, it's like a gateway between dimensions
Yeah.
Okay.
or planes.
Flexible at the edges.
Sure. Put the ball in the hole. We gotcha.
Clay, is the fire on the? Because they're talking like we can just walk in. Is like the doorway clear of fire on the first floor?
You can feel heat. It's not like the whole thing isn't on fire because the
Okay.
parts that are stone, like there's parts that there's some fire on it, but from the outside, a lot of what you see is the fire is more towards the top.
The top. Okay.
But like yes, you could get in, but you can already. It's feeling hot.
Okay.
It's good that you have equipment or a stony skin.
Great.
Cool.
So shall we go in?
Yes.
Yes.
Enough with this chopping tomatoes.
All right, so you guys go in. They're setting up that pump out there, and are you? What are you doing at the door? You just.
Well, first you touch the door to see if the door is hot before you go in, because if the door is hot, then there's fire on the other side.
Well, you are wearing gloves, and I, of course, have bare hands, so who wants to do it?
Well, I feel like you should do it since we aren't gonna feel the heat as much.
I touch the door.
Okay. You're just full on doing that.
Touching the door, yes.
You're really pulling a Joe Pesci from Home Alone.
Yes, I'm touching the whole door.
So it's warm, but it's not like burning you.
Okay. I think we're okay.
All right.
I've studied a lot of the architecture in Calmstone. This door looks a little, well, something about it I feel like I've seen in a book before. I'd like to...
You want to do a history check?
Yes, I'd love to do a history check. I rolled a 3.
You think that this door is the same door that they sell at the local hardware store?
I know it is.
I'm just gonna kick the door down.
Oh, we could probably open it. We could probably just...
I'm just gonna kick it.
Great, do a strength check.
Okay. Which one?
D20,
20.
and then you're going to add your strength modifier.
+3, 11.
11. So you don't like break it off the hinges, but it does open.
Okay.
Whoa.
Take that, hardware store. Yeah, am I right? Yes.
right.
Run by gnomes, probably.
Hey, don't feed into his name.
It's starting to make sense after a while.
Sure.
Oh, no.
So the door flies open, and you guys can see in, and it is very bright inside. There is fire in this room, but it's in various places. It's not like engulfing the room. It's sort of like, it's odd in that it looks almost like various places became a flame without necessarily a way that you saw that the flame got there.
Okay.
Is it like in Mario, those little fire guys who hop and then they leave a little tinier fire behind them when they hop? Because that's what I'm picturing, whether it's like that or not.
No, not exactly.
They're not like little flames with two little eyes.
No, the fire does not have eyeballs.
Okay.
Okay.
But there are those flames around. And then there's a few places on the floor that it seems like smoldering a little.
Look out for fire. Don't go near those areas, I would recommend.
Thank you.
No problem.
Good call.
Can we investigate to see if there's anything about this that we can tell where the source of these odd points is coming from?
Sure. Let me ask you this before you roll. What exactly are you investigating? Like, let me describe the room. So there's the stuff that's in the room is, it's fairly sparse because no one's lived in this tower because of the issue with it being a permanent
Right.
portal to hell.
That would be a downfall.
One of the
One
9
of them.
hells.
Yeah.
You don't know which one. It's sparse. There's not a lot of stuff. There's like a desk. You get the sense that maybe this first floor is used when it's normally under control as a not a full fire station, but kind of, what's the word? I'm actually blanking. What's the word for when like rangers have a little place on a mountain?
Oh, the watchtowers?
Yeah, almost like the idea of having a watchtower in a mountain for a ranger. This would be like the watchtower of the torch for the fire station when it's a little more under control. But obviously, with it being so flared up, they've had to abandon it a bit. But so there's like a desk and a bookshelf with some books that the books are gone.
Yeah.
You get
Thank
the
the
impression
Lord.
that things that have not been here since the time that this portal was opened, like the desk does look old, probably don't survive very long in there. Like when they do have these flare-ups, the flames that spread tend to burn what the tower considers foreign objects. That's just stuff you can get. So roll an investigate check if you want to look for anything else.
10.
10. Is there anything specific you're looking at in there?
I'm kind of, I think Minion's sort of looking for any whiff of like ozone or ether, if there's any part that feels like this ingress from another kind of plane has made its way down here.
No, you can't tell anything like that.
Okay.
It all just feels like hot to you, basically.
Should we get that pump in here and see if we can put out the fire that's right here?
I think that's a great idea.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I volunteer to get it. I mean, get the hose. At
The
least.
hose?
Yes,
Sure.
I'll get the hose.
That's good because I don't think I can lift.
So Wengort is doing that, aka Drafty. Are you doing anything, Varys?
I would like to look around to see if there's any writing in this room on the walls.
Writing?
Any,
Okay.
Yeah, any form of.
So investigate?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d20.
9 plus, is it intelligence? Or?
Investigate is intelligence.
So 12?
And I believe you're not. Yeah. You don't see any writing on the walls or anything like that.
Can I investigate this bookshelf more?
Sure.
Just see if I
Convinced
notice
that we're
anything
gonna
interesting
find
about it.
Yeah.
12.
12. You notice that there's some charred soot on the bookshelves,
All right.
and that's about it.
Okay, then I'm all good.
Okay.
I'm gonna try while we're waiting for Drafty to bring the hose in, just to see how this might affect. Pick one of these like flames, these sort of independent flames that are going on here, and I want to use prestidigitation to chill the the 1 cubic foot around it, and just see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay. I don't think I need it. It's
Chill. I mean,
it's not really a roll. It's a.
no, it's not a roll.
Do you need my dice check?
I'm just
Or
trying
my
to
spell,
think.
my
You
spell
can't.
save for it? I don't know.
So you can try to. You're doing the air around it. Not
Yeah, so
the
like
flame
if
itself.
well, like this is it creates a 1 cubic foot
Right, of
thing.
material.
So like, are there any like on the walls, or like
What-
on
what do you- like-
on the bookshelf?
The bookshelf, then.
Yeah,
You wanna
if there's a
cool?
part of the bookshelf, yeah,
Okay, so you're trying to chill the bookshelf.
just to see what happens
Okay.
to the flame.
Okay. You like maybe there's a little bit of a flickering from
Mm-hmm.
the flame, but you can't. It doesn't seem to it certainly doesn't put it out.
Okay.
I'm
But it
back
does
with the
freaking-
hose. Oh no, this is my burrito.
Oh,
Give me 1 more second.
that's a big
I
difference.
can't believe you confuse those two things.
You left your burrito with those other guys?
Okay, I got the hose, guys. I'm back. Let's do this.
Before you do that, this might sound crazy, but I just want to try talking to one of the flames and seeing if
No, I support
it
you.
might have some life to it.
Yes. Also,
I-
can flames vote would be my other question.
And please don't mention the gnome thing.
I'll hold
In
off
the
on that for
discussion.
now. I'm just going to say, Flame, are you alive?
Wait,
Like a creature?
just to give me an idea. So like
Yes.
we got the room, we got a little desk, bookshelf with nothing on it. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned. There are stairs that go up to another
Yes.
level.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a tower, you got to go up some way. And then like those areas of the floor that were smoldering and fire on the walls. Like where are you talking?
So there's flames on the walls.
Yes.
Right. So I'm going up to one of these flames at a safe distance, and I'm just seeing if it might be more than just your typical fire flame.
Okay.
By saying,
I
"Hello,
think
flame. Are you alive?"
No response.
All right. I think that.
That's a one rude flame.
Then let's
Oh,
put
you
it
know
out.
what? I can determine whether it can speak any language.
Oh, would you do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my awakened mind power
Uh-huh.
to telepathically communicate to the flame, like,
Hey, man, if you are some kind of living creature, say something, even if this guy's creeping you out, because we're kind of here to stop you. So if you're alive, we'll take that into consideration in how we treat you.
I'm gonna. I don't know if Awakened Mind is exactly supposed to work on it, but the way I read it, I think you can tell pretty much immediately that this is not a creature you can telepathically communicate with.
all right, cool.
And let's blow that hose.
It was
All
worth
right,
a try.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna hose this wall of flames down.
I love it.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
Here we go. Hosing her down. There we go. Yeah.
So you're aiming at the walls. Okay. So you start, and the water starts coming out. You can tell like the water is being pumped by one of the three guys outside, and the water and it sprays the wall, and it does have an effect on the flames. And as you're doing that, you all of a sudden hear like a keening sound, like
That is bad.
and it almost sounds like it's like a keening mixed with like gurgling or bubbling almost. And if you guys look over those areas of the floor that were smoldering, it seems like something's coming out of them. If you imagine like that's like a smoldering area, and then almost as if it's water, a hand comes up and like pulls itself up out of the pool.
Cool.
And these like they look almost like tiny trolls made of magma are coming out.
All right.
Sweet. How many are there?
There are 3 of them.
Great.
And they do not look happy that you're spraying water on that wall.
Okay.
Okay.
And they are coming at you.
Okay.
So, sorry, go ahead.
Can I turn around and start spraying them with the water?
Not yet.
Okay.
You could do that as a change, or like in a sec. So now that we're going to combat, it'll be a little more turn-based, just to like
okay.
keep the order of it. So these 3, the first one is going to walk towards. Let's see. So you're holding it. Where?
If we had some minis, this would be a lot easier in clearer clay. I'm just gonna say in the future you might want to consider getting some miniature figurines.
No, 'cause then we got to get another overhead camera.
Oh, that'd
to
be
show the
so
thing.
sweet if you guys had an overhead cam and some minis here and a battle mat.
You're making our production so much more difficult.
I mean, the camera's the only expensive part. A battle mat's like $10.
Right. I didn't say expensive. I said difficult.
Oh, you're right.
So the first guy comes up and actually, you know what? You're holding the flame thing, so they're all gonna go after you.
Great.
So the first one is closest because they're all coming out of their own separate little smoldering area of the floor. The first one comes up and just reaches a hand out towards your skin, and oh boy, lays its hand on you, and you just feel an intense heat on your body. And so it does 4 damage. However, because you are you take damage, but because you are kind of stony, you don't like get set afire or anything.
Okay.
All right, so you take 4 damage.
Yeah.
The next one also goes after you.
Uh-oh. Is it for me or?
No, you'll be all right.
That one also hit you.
Yikes.
I mean, you're holding this hose.
You're
They don't
welcome.
like you. Another 4 damage. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Wait.
last one.
You'll be okay.
The last one is like walking towards you and tries to put its hand, but it like can't quite get to you, so it just reaches towards you. And they all are like making this like gurgling, almost like if you mixed a whale with a bubbling or a boiling sound. Well, they're like trying to put these burning hands on you. All right, Jen, you're next up.
I'm gonna move as far away from the magma trolls as I can while still being inside the tower, and then Eldritch Blast, the one closest to Wengorge.
Oh my god.
Okay. So we'll say that's the first one that attacked her.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm only
Great.
backing up so as to stay alive myself.
Oh, yes, yes.
To continue attacking.
Great. And you said Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Great. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. Let's see. Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20!
Yeah!
Yay!
That's the best you can do.
Yeah.
Critical hit.
Yeah.
In case anybody out there doesn't know, in D&D, if you roll a natural 20, that's a 20 on the 20-sided die, you hit no matter what, and you do max damage.
Yeah.
So
Which is
Eldritch,
10.
10. Not bad.
I am messing
so
up these magma
the one you hit,
I say,
It-
for master!
describe your Eldritch Blast that you send.
So it's like a crackling beam of energy that is like a cobalt blue, just shoots out of my hand and hits that magma troll square between the eyes while I'm
So-
screaming, for master!
I love it.
The energy hits him, and it's almost like you can see the energy filling him up like a balloon, and he pops.
Cool.
And the magma flies everywhere.
Ooh, that's not
and
great.
it doesn't. And it does actually. It does a burst. So you guys are both, because she moved, you don't have to. You guys are close enough. You each have to try and dodge that bursting magma. And so roll a dexterity check.
What did you do? The 20?
The 20, yeah. your dex
And what gets added to? Oh, that's a 5. So I got a 5.
You got a 5. Okay.
I got 11.
11. So you're fine.
Yes.
You do get splattered a little bit, so you take 3 damage.
That was so much of my.
Oh, no.
Now we're just gonna go down the line. Normally you might roll what's called initiative in D&D to see the order, but we're just gonna make it easy for us to keep track of things. So Holly, it is now Wingort's turn.
Okay. I'm going to take out my sword,
Your great sword.
my great sword,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to try to decapitate one of the other magma trolls.
Great. Real fast. Totally cool to do that. You do have a great sword. It's two-handed, so you'd have to drop the hose, which
Okay.
is fine. You can do that in one action.
Okay.
But I just
I
wanna
dropped
make-
the hose, yeah.
Great. So you're gonna try and swing your sword at him.
Yeah.
So roll your d20.
Like, I'm not worried about putting out flames, I'm worried about preserving your own life.
Yes.
And so now you're going to add this.
Okay. So 22?
Oh yeah, you hit him. So go ahead and roll. The damage for that is gonna be 2d6
So
plus
roll the
3.
d6
So you're gonna
twice.
roll the 6-sided die, the cube, twice, and add 3. 3.
4.
So 7 plus 3, 10 damage. You straight up just clop his head off.
Okay, great. was
However, in that, like, because it's almost like their bodies, the outside is kind of crusty magma, and the inside is softer, and so more splatters everywhere.
Right.
So again, you two are the closest. You're gonna have to roll another dexterity.
19.
Okay, so you get out of the way.
8.
8. You get
Oh yeah, I'm less than 19. I'm 17.
17.
Guessing you're still
You are
fine.
okay. So it only does 1 damage this time.
Lovely.
Your turn.
Got any
But I got
healing spells
magma
there?
all over.
There's 1 left. You can move.
I can move.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move away.
Yeah. And they were all focused on her, so you're not like close enough that like moving away like is a problem or anything.
As I'm moving away, I yell to my friends, "Remember this on election day." Then I apparate in my hand a knife made out of ice.
Ooh.
My spells, and I attempt to throw it into the magma troll's head.
Awesome.
Bold move.
So go ahead and make your spell attack. Roll your d20.
This is one of my favorite first level spells.
Oh no.
Oh, what's your spell attack?
So
You might be okay.
that's it.
No, you'll
What-
have
oh,
a...
that's it's an
fine.
8.
Oh, okay.
So the knife missed, but the great thing about ice knife is so it missed, but it lands in a wall right next to it.
Okay.
and the shard of ice that is your knife explodes. And everybody within 5 feet, so that's that creature, and once again, Wengort, has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so this one, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And what do I do?
The dexterity modifier.
So -2?
Yeah.
Okay, so 16.
Okay, so it does not hit you.
Yes.
And then, however, these are called magmen, by the way.
Oh,
love
great.
that.
And
Good to know.
they're not very fast. He doesn't get out of the way at the time. Roll 2d6 because it took a lot of damage from that.
Okay. That's which one? That's this?
Yep. The normal die.
1.
And again.
1.
So, 2. However, you can tell these creatures, the cold damage does a bit more damage to them. They are.
Just imagine what it would have done.
Yeah. So, it's not doing great, but it's still alive.
All right.
Keep that memory sort of in your head on election day.
However, it is now his turn. And normally he was going after you because of the hose. However, he just got blasted with ice, which he does not like. And so he's kind of like looks over at Ben, or at Varys. And he kind of like has a moment and like just flares up. And it doesn't seem to do anything, but he gets very bright. And he walks over to you and just tries to put both hands on you, right on your chest.
Yes. My protective armor, I guess.
And your AC is 11. So no, he misses. I guess you step back right in time.
Wow.
Ooh.
I would vote for you. You're very quick on your
Jen?
feet.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast that guy. It's a cantrip.
Yeah, let's do it. Side note, looks like someone in the chat was just asking, what's your hit points at?
Mine or
Wengort's?
Wengort?
No, Wengort's and yours. Actually.
Mine's at 3 right now.
I'm at 5.
Oh, wow. Neither of you are doing great.
No.
And I've only been
Yes.
hit once.
Yeah.
Yes.
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
That will hit.
Great. 9.
9 damage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, same thing happens.
Great.
He kind of gets charged up and explodes. So once again, you moved away and then he followed you. So you're actually out of range. So it's only you having to make a check.
And then again for Master!
7, or where's dexterity? 16.
16. Okay, the magma somehow miraculously all misses you for once.
Thank goodness.
And so you've destroyed all these magmen.
Hey!
Yay!
Good.
Master will be so pleased.
Nice
So
hit.
you guys, you especially, in pure terms of percentage-wise of hit points, you are not looking great. So also I'll just say, don't forget you can use a potion of healing or a second wind, since
Okay.
you're a fighter, if you want to get some more health back.
Okay.
And then that's it in this room. And you can see, like, now that you've killed these guys, seems like the fire that was on the walls, it kind of like has gone down a little. It's not entirely gone, but it seems not quite as hot in here.
Is the part of the floor where the scorch marks they came out of, are they still the same or are they changed in any way?
There's still a little like what's the word I'm looking for?
Sooty?
Sooty and like soft. Like it's not full magma, but a little bit like
Permeable?
yeah, I'm thinking of the word when like metal melts down.
Liquid?
Alchemy.
Alchemy. There's still alchemy
Yes,
like
there's still alchemy like-
no. It's a little fluid, but it seems to be solidifying a bit.
Okay.
But yeah.
Like Liquid Terminator.
Oh,
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
The quick.
Yes.
The quick. Yeah.
So this floor seems like it's getting a little better.
Great.
Oh, almost like the demons were connected to the fire.
Yeah, interesting.
Yes.
So do you guys want to head upstairs to the next room?
I think you should hang up one of your campaign posters and let's head upstairs.
All right, I hang up a campaign poster, a full one, not just a tiny one. It's got just a cross through a picture of a
Okay.
gnome on it.
As I said, the flames aren't gone, so as soon as you put that up, it lights a flame. You can just see oddly enough, the flames start over your own name, and they just start burning out.
Ooh.
Is this hose that's connected to the pump long enough that we could take it up with us, or no?
You could try. You don't know how long it is. Are you guys about to go up?
Yeah, let's go up and
think
try to
so.
take
Cool.
the hose.
I think we're going to take another quick break right now because it's 4:20.
Woo!
Hey.
Talking about blazing in this tower, so I guess we should take a break at 4:20. Hey!
Hi-yo.
And we'll be right back, guys. If you hang out, do we have a vote going on this break?
If they'll succeed or not.
What was that?
If they'll succeed or not.
Oh, continue voting on if they'll succeed or not based on that stunning display.
Yeah, we were great.
And we'll be right back with the AristoCrits, guys. Thanks. Hey guys, welcome back to the AristoCrits. If you are watching and just joined us, you can also vote along on things that are going on, like if these guys are going to succeed in their crazy adventure today at jash.com/play. We also we had a question, someone in the chat asked if anybody died last week, and I just wanted to fill people in. And maybe this will be pertinent to you guys today. Who knows?
Hopefully not.
No, nobody died last week. I think someone came close last week. Like someone was knocked out and had to make 1 or 2 death saving throws. But nobody has actually died yet at all in the show. And just as a trivia thing, if that happens, the guest could come back, but they'd probably have to make a new character. Unless there was some sort of, we have not gotten anywhere near this point, but maybe there was another group of guests could go on a quest to resurrect a previous guest. But I have not even started planning that yet.
Yeah, and maybe the guest that dies, you don't want them to come back
Yeah.
as anybody, so it
Yeah.
works out well for everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. God, that would be so mean if we ran the show and that, if your character dies, you can never be on the show again.
Man.
Or they just keep emailing, hey, have you guys gone on any quests to rescue my character yet?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
just
Sorry, no
checking in.
clerics have prepared that spell that would reunite your soul with your body.
We asked the audience to vote on which dead character they'd want to bring back, and nobody voted for you.
You were the only one who died, which is weird that nobody voted for you.
And actually, that dovetails into whoever it was. I think it was James asking about last week's episode. Just to let you guys know, we are hopefully next week going to start putting our archived episodes on a YouTube channel, which will be youtube.com/jashplay. So hopefully by next week, you guys will be able to watch the entire run of shows we've had so far and tell people about it. And, if you miss one, you can watch that then. And hopefully also it'd be nice then people can watch it at their own schedule and everything. And you can tell all your friends to watch it.
Okay, Tavlin.
Tavlin's the real voice. This is my character voice. So let's just jump back into it. In case you were just joining us recently, the situation so far is that these adventurers got a job helping the fire brigade in Calmstone fight off this magical fire that's been a problem at this place called the Torch, which is a tower that a pyromancer hundreds of years ago tried to open a gate to the Nine Hells. You know how it goes with those pyromancers, and was basically created a permanent portal to one of the Nine Hells. So this tower is magically always on fire eternally, but it's been flaring up for some reason, and so the fire department needed help from adventurers. These guys went in on the first floor, and in addition to taking a lot of time off that morning to put out campaign posters for Varys, who is a person who's apparently running for a council seat, who also egregiously hates gnomes, to a part that makes us all a little comfortable, to a point that makes us all a little uncomfortable. They got in there, Varys hung some campaign posters, and they fought a bunch of magmen, little lava monsters, but were successful.
Yay!
And now you can go further up into the tower and see if you can solve this problem.
Great.
Great.
Can I take a rest before this is the least exciting thing to do right at the beginning of a thing, but is it possible for me to take a quick rest on the staircase to recover one of my spells?
You can take short rests. Yeah, you guys a short rest. You guys are hanging out for 5 to 10 minutes to catch your breath.
Okay.
You don't heal hit points from it, but
Just
Can I
a spell slot.
Yeah,
Can you
get-
use a hit die in the short rest? I think
Yeah,
you can, right?
yeah, you could. Yeah.
This
You
is
can
so
use 1 hit die. So
if you want to
basically,
get some hit points back, this would be a way to do it. In addition to either of these other 2 ways you have.
I know, I'm
so
trying
Ben,
to
if you
save
want to
these
do that, your
before
hit
I
die,
should
basically
save
you
them,
would
right?
roll a d6 and you could add that many hit points back up to your max. Okay, great. So you're back at max health.
Wow, that's very helpful.
You would be a d8 actually, because you're very big and strong.
So
Fingers crossed for
what I
8.
started off at was
7.
my max.
Yes.
Oh,
2.
Well,
Two.
it's better than nothing.
yeah. So I have 2 now with this.
So yes, so you're at 7 total.
I'll take it.
So
Tight.
we've got
That's great.
7 hit points, 7 hit points, and 11. still.
11, yeah.
Great. So
Some
always a
of
good
it,
situation
except for
when
when
your
it takes
warlock
me
is your most stealthy member. All right. So do you guys want to? You guys rested up. So using your arcane recovery, you have one of your spell slots back, which
Lovely.
is great because you can throw some more ice knives.
Yeah. Such a great first level spell.
Yeah.
It's like probably the best one.
Especially in a firehouse.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Turns out, ice knife is a pretty good spell when you're in the middle of a blazing inferno.
Yeah. Even if you're not, if you'd hit with the knife, that's a D10.
So you guys are you just going straight up? Are you just doing anything else? What's the
Yeah, I
plan
think
here?
we're probably going at a pace to see if we can get this hose up there. So
yeah.
we're not like
Okay.
I'll grab the
charging
hose.
probably.
So
but-
you bring the hose up and it's starting. It was on a spool back at the base unit, and it gets like towards about halfway up the stairs, but it can't go any further.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we maybe kind of leave it on, but like low down here to just make sure that this floor doesn't get reclaimed by flame while
That's
we're gone?
I love that idea.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, cool.
Cool.
We'll do that.
So you're gonna leave the hose in there, basically pumping the entire moat into the tower, which is honestly reasonable at this point.
Yes.
All right, so you continue up. Okay, so second floor is a similar room to the first one. Still fairly sparse. Looks like a lot of the only stuff that is not burnt up in there is stuff that must have been there when the original pyromancer, who, if you're just joining us, the pyromancer who caused this problem was named Blazul.
I keep forgetting that.
Which is a name that I'm going to say as much as possible today, because when am I ever going to get to say the name Blazul again?
Well, when you have your first child.
True. Okay, so on this level, there's like in what it seems like originally it was maybe some sort of like den or a study. Like there's still no more books or anything, but there's more empty bookshelves, and there's like a globe and a sitting chair in one corner, and in one area there's like what would be like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a little mini bar type thing. No more actual alcohol, unfortunately.
Good, that's flammable.
Yeah. But there doesn't seem to be anything. There are, like the first floor was, there's like some flames in the walls that don't seem to be emitting from anywhere particularly. And there's windows here.
Okay. Do we want to take the chance on calling some more of these magmen out of the floor?
Yeah, how do we call them out of the floor? Before, it was when water was hitting the walls, right?
Yeah. I don't know if we should try and defeat anything here or just keep going.
I'd like to look around for traps in this room,
Okay.
just to investigate.
Go ahead and
Can I do that?
investigate.
I got the intelligence.
That's intelligence.
So 17.
17. You don't find any traps.
Do I see anything
But-
that's kind of suspicious in the process? Okay.
You don't see anything suspicious, but there's also you don't see, not only do you not see any traps, you don't see any of those scalding areas of the floor like you did with the bagmen or anything
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
I would like to go to the window and just wave at the other firemen. Just check in with them, let them know we're okay.
very nice.
And
That's a
they
good
really
idea.
like Drafty. I have a nickname. Let them know. Drafty's okay.
Okay, great. So you go to one of the windows
Yeah.
and you wave.
Just wave. Great.
They wave back at you.
Great. This is great.
They kind of do this to you.
Right. And I'm going to do this back.
They kind of nod.
That's fair.
So as you're doing that, do you guys want to do anything else?
Sure. it was water that made them come out before, right? I'm just gonna throw some acid on the wall. And
Acid?
Hey, why not?
Okay.
But
I'm gonna stand back.
I'm gonna say,
Yeah,
guys,
we'll-
hold back. I'm gonna throw this acid on this wall just to see what happens.
Okay.
That's why they call us adventurers.
Yep.
So
Throwing on the
I
least
throw-
flammable thing in the world, acid.
I throw a bubble of hot acid at the wall.
Specifically hot acid.
Yes, hot, bubbling
Okay.
hot acid.
So it hits the wall, and I mean, nothing more happens than what you would imagine when you throw acid against a stone wall. It kind of like leaves a bit of some acid scarring, but that's about it. It doesn't affect the flames or anything like that.
Cool.
And that like keening, like wailing / gurgling or boiling sound that you heard before, that doesn't happen.
Okay.
A second later, though, as he's doing that, you do hear, and you can't tell where it's coming from exactly, but you do kind of hear.
That's creepy.
I'm taking responsibility for that happening. I'm gonna say that was acid related.
All right.
Okay, well, I think this acid thing was a great idea.
Thank you.
Silly little adventurers.
Whoa.
Where's this,
Master?
I've
where's the
never,
sound coming from?
never been called little before.
It seems like it's coming from somewhere in the room, but you're not sure where exactly. Like it almost seems like in one sense it came from over here, and then you thought you heard it over here. And as you're like looking around for it, all of a sudden one of the windows starts opening, and with the rush of air that comes in, a backdraft like erupts. So I need you all to roll a dexterity check to try and get out of the way.
21.
3.
Do I add this? Yeah.
The dexterity one.
Oh, 12. No, 13.
13. Yours was 21?
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Oh,
Whoa.
great. So you two succeed. Jesus, man, I'm sorry. You fail. However, the backdraft does.
Oh no.
Avenge me, friends!
Hey, you can make these saving throws. Don't worry about it.
So it takes 5 or 10 damage.
10 damage. So I'm at -3.
So as soon as you go negative, you go to 0.
Okay.
And you guys each take half damage.
Okay.
So I pass out.
Right.
Yeah, you pass out. And after the
Half
backdraft
damage.
clears.
Does the fire Oh no, it's not. Does the fire
Oh no, you
resistance
got.
help? Ben and I have fire resistance.
You only take 5 damage. I'm sorry. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about this very helpful thing I specifically gave you.
Yeah.
That's a
Do I
completely
take
different
less because
story.
I
You take
succeeded on the
3.
check and yeah. Okay.
So you take 3. You still take 5 because you weren't wearing the fire suit.
Are you conscious, Ben? Okay.
Yes. So
I'm
he is
conscious.
at 2 hit points.
All right.
I'm conscious, but I'm wobbly.
I'm also
Yes.
at 2 hit points. How's that possible? I thought I made it out of the way.
You dodge, but I mean it's a big backdraft. So
Sometimes
like.
there's damage that you're gonna take no matter what, but you can take half damage instead of full.
Yeah. I mean, think about if you're in a room where a backdraft happens, you might be able to get out of the way of like the initial blast, but you're going to get at least a bit scorched. So after this backdraft clears and like this has happened, you guys can see, and like it almost seems like with the backdraft, some of the flames got sucked out of the room a little bit. It's not like below where it got so much cooler that it seemed like a difference, but like it's not quite as thick. And in one of the spots where there's a bit less flames, it almost like blends in with the flame a bit, but you see like a little imp-like guy.
Oh.
And he is scowling at you guys and says, "Fools."
I want to hit him with my Eldritch Blast.
So you're just gonna instantly.
I think we should talk to him.
I'm gonna hand him a flyer.
Yes.
Vote Varys on election day.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, why would makes us fools?
I'll wait until they're done talking.
You think that you can stop this?
Well, that's what our job is. We're hoping to try and stop it. How do we do that?
The portal is open. You can't stop it.
Well, can we plug it?
Are you in favor of us closing the portal or against us closing the portal?
No, you can't close it. You're fools for trying.
Are you happy that you're here?
Of course I am.
Okay.
This has also been going on. He's been crumpling your flyer.
Oh no.
In case that changes any of your opinion about him.
How do you feel about gnomes, Imp?
They'll burn.
All right.
No, he can't say that about anybody. I'm pretty sure
fire.
he'd say that about literally any race.
So you guys he's talking and he's kind of gloating. He didn't kill you guys, but he hurt you quite a bit with that huge backdraft.
I want to back up again. Increase my range.
None of you are
movement, hit him.
particularly close to him at the
Okay.
moment.
Yeah, I just got wicked range on this Eldritch Blast, so I want to hedge my bets.
So you're taking the initiative while all the targets having, so you
Yeah.
can attack first.
Okay, cool. A 15.
15. That will hit.
Great. 5.
This is
For
force,
master!
This is force damage, right?
It is, yes, force.
Yes. Okay, great. 5. Awesome. Holly,
Yes,
go ahead.
I'm going to attack.
Okay.
I'm going to take out my great sword again with both hands. They're free. And I'm just gonna just straight up center doink him in the head. Just try to slice him down the middle.
So you're gonna just straight up center doink him.
Yeah, exactly.
Center doink is my favorite term for swinging a sword. Go ahead and roll your d20.
9. Then what do I do?
Plus
Strength? So 3, wait, where's your attack? So to 5.
So 14.
14. That also hits.
Yes.
Roll your damage, which is 2d6.
And then add 3.
Wait,
This is a d6.
you're thinking I'm never learning.
Sorry.
5 and then
Great.
3.
And then, no,
Oh,
you're going to
roll
roll
it
it again.
Okay, so 6.
Plus 3 is
3.
9.
Okay.
Great.
Still
Ben.
do this on this
My
turn.
politician instincts are bubbling right now. I'm going to use a spell called Charm Person to try to charm this imp.
I'm just going to tell you right now, this is not a person.
This is not, well, it says
almost dead.
you can. Can I only charm people with my Charm Person?
It takes
says
an hour?
creature too. In some of this language.
I'll tell you, for a this sort of a creature would be like an
orc?
or a
So
gnoll
this
or
is
something.
not somebody who this is going
No,
to.
you're not going to be able to charm.
So that's just my
celestial
instincts
thing.
are kicking in.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should tone down my. All right. Instead,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to. Is everybody out of the way of this
yeah.
imp right now?
Wengort is kind of close still because she is attacking with a
Can I
two-handed
say,
sword.
Wengor, back up?
Sure.
I'll tell you this, you couldn't do that. However, because it explodes, if you wanted, instead of aiming at the thing itself, you could aim behind it so the explosion might catch it, but not Wengort. But then you wouldn't be able to hit it with the initial hit.
Okay. I want to spray poison at
Okay, great.
this imp.
Uh-huh.
I open my hands and I let out a cloud of poison. And I got a 10 for my spell.
So the poison flies out and goes at him, and he just grins evilly
Oh,
at you.
jeez Louise.
And so it's his turn now, and he looks at you and kind of like raises his hand towards your sword, and okay, so your sword starts getting very, very, very hot.
That's a druid spell.
And it gets so hot that you have to drop it.
Okay.
So you drop your sword.
Okay.
And it is like glowing red. It's so hot. And that's all he does, but like that's what he did there in order to like have that happen to you. And with that, he like backs up away from you. He doesn't seem to want to be up close and personal.
Okay. Oh, Thunder Doink him again.
Jen?
I feel like Eldritch Blast is my best friend. I gotta just keep Eldritch Blasting this guy.
Go for it.
I'll roll one now, but I'm lucky as a halfling, so even if I do, I can re-roll. 19.
That will hit.
Great. 10!
10?
Yeah.
Nice. That knocks him down, and like he's an imp, so he was kind of like floating on like not super high, like probably like this high off the ground, but that like knocks him down.
Great.
And
Is he prone?
he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. Okay.
And his body,
Even
like
better.
once it hits the floor, it's like it starts like burning up and like it's ashed and just blows away in the wind.
Your death honors master!
Very nice.
So he's dead. He didn't really give you a whole lot more info about it, but it seems like these guys are very happy to be coming through.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
seemed to say that we are basically never gonna close the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I disagree with.
Yes.
We'll be able to.
Yes. I hope the internet audience also agrees.
I mean, the first time they agreed,
Yeah.
you seem to be doing okay.
Yeah, we're pretty competent.
Yeah.
I think.
When can I do a second? Like, I need
So
to
this
get
would be
more.
You can do
on
a second wind whenever you want, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I should do one just because I'm.
You can also drink your potion of healing if you'd want.
Which one will be?
Because second wind, you
This
can.
only helps you. This you could give to someone else if they get in a real bad state as well. So I would recommend.
Just the
I
slow
just
look at
personally
them.
would recommend to use the second wind
Okay,
up first.
I take my friend's advice
Okay.
here. I'm going to use the second wind.
So roll a d10.
Four.
4 and plus 1, so you get 5 hit points back.
Okay, good. So I'm back to
Um,
7.
So
Okay.
great. And you can keep holding on to the potion of healing. If you wanted to give it to Ben, you can.
Okay, so this is done for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you would get it back if you rested, but you ain't got time to rest right now.
No.
You're fighting a hell dimension.
Yes.
So
Can I
he's
take a
dead.
short rest and use my hit die before we go upstairs?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
You guys have already used your hit die though, and you only get 1.
Okay. May I have a little bit of my rations? I'm hungry.
Yes, you can eat your rations if you want.
Thank you. I just want a little bit.
So, this again with that little imp guy dying, the flames seem to have like subsided a bit in this room.
I would like to go over to this imp and check through his pockets.
Through his he completely turned to ash and was blown away.
Yes.
So he doesn't really have pockets.
Is there
If
a
you-
pile of soot?
There is a bit of a pile of soot.
I would like to check to see if there's a key or trinket in it.
Okay.
Oh.
Specifically a key or trinket. Or you want to just check if there's
a
anything?
general check.
Something to bring home the old wife.
Seems to be a lot of gold. Not interested. It's not a key and it's not a trinket.
A general
Yeah, go ahead and investigate.
a 12.
A 12? Your hands get very sooty.
What a treat.
Your hands are like covered in soot. You don't find anything in it.
But there was soot in the soot.
Yeah.
Do you want to like check for anything else with it or?
I would like to see if it has any magical property to it.
Okay. So you're gonna roll an Arcana check for that?
Yes.
Which
Which
I
is
believe
also-
you are trained in.
Excuse you.
Yeah.
I didn't go to 9 years of university for nothing.
I will vote for you.
No!
What'd you roll?
That's intelligence, right? Or wisdom?
Yeah.
Intelligence.
A 6.
Actually, that's an 8 for you.
because you
Oh, that's-
trained.
Oh,
So for an 8, you obviously you know an imp is a magical creature, but you can't really tell much else about it. Like you're assuming that it came through the portal because that makes sense, but you can't tell much more about it than that.
Okay.
Like you're not able to tell which of the 9 hells it came from or its relation to what's been going on or anything like that.
you want me to clean that soot off your hands?
Yes, please.
I use prestidigitation to clean his gloves.
Thank you.
One of the things I
nice.
do for Master is keep his place tidy. He doesn't really know I do it. I sneak in at night while he's asleep and just kind of tidy things up.
That's a nice service.
Very nice.
Wonderful usage of your immense magical power.
Yes.
So, you guys are in this room. Do you want to just keep going up? Now, you remember, I don't know if you remember this, you should, that the third floor is
Where the
where
fire is.
the initial portal when Blazul initially caused this problem was.
Okay,
So you're
so
getting close to the center of the issue.
is there any, like, do you guys want to recharge? What do you want to do before we get up there and I punch the portal?
You're gonna get sucked in that portal.
We've got our water orbs in hand.
Yes,
Yep.
I had some
You have
rations.
2 water orbs. Who has them, by the way?
I
have
think
one.
we each
Yeah.
have one because
I wasn't trusted.
Winmark crushed hers, so
I have 10 torches. I don't know if that'll come in handy on the fire floor.
But it might.
Probably not.
Just in case we can't see anything.
Yeah,
Maybe you could like take a torch and like get some of the fire onto it to take it away from.
I
the
love
evil-
this idea.
I don't know.
Take out my 10 torches.
You want to use the torches like some sort of fire shovel?
I was thinking more
I
like
mean,
a baton, a fire baton.
I don't know if there's like if it's taking away from its essence in some way, it
Ah.
would kind of lessen it.
I'll take him out regardless.
Well, our party is a fundamental misunderstanding of how fire works. But
Well, but a fire elemental, who knows?
I
Yeah.
guess that's a fair point.
This fire is not playing by the rules, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. That could be an elemental. That could be a ganassi. I don't know what's going on.
Whatever she said, I fully agree.
So, also, this entire discussion is happening while you're taking your short rest.
Yep.
Yes.
In the room that is much cooler, but still a flaming
still hot.
ruin.
yeah.
And so, what do you guys want to do now? There's a staircase going back up.
I say we forge up. And,
I'm gonna volunteer and say let me go first, only
Alright.
because I am big, I am shale, I am ready.
Thank
Okay.
you, Drafty.
Thank you, Drafty.
Oh, I also have the only nickname. So.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Also, the only person not wearing protective fire gear.
By her own insistence.
So, you go up the stairs.
Yes.
So, you're going up these wooden stairs, and go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Oh no.
4.
Minus
Minus 2.
2.
2. Well, as you're going up, the stairs, like, they're creaking a lot.
Yeah, I'm
And
big.
what?
Because I'm a big.
Well, not only are you
lady.
big, but they're wood.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, there's like a kind of like a groaning sound, and they just collapse out from underneath your
Whoa.
feet. And you are very much not able to jump like past the hole in time, so you fall.
Okay.
So these stairs, they go down, and it basically puts you, you fall, and go ahead and roll. You're rolling about, it's not too far, but it's like 15 feet. So you're gonna roll a.
But I'm 8 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. So only roll a 1d4.
The triangle.
Triangle. 3. So you take 3 damage from the fall.
Okay.
Also, I'm just going to say this too. Don't forget, you are a Goliath, so next time you get hit by something, maybe not want to use it now, but you can use your Stone's Endurance. Basically, if you get hit by something big, you can roll to reduce some of that damage.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
That's like because you're like a big, hardy guy. So you fall and you find yourself in basically a broom closet, or it's such a small area that you imagine that's what it was originally used for, back on the first floor.
Okay.
I guess it was a little more than 15 feet, but you're 8 feet tall, so it's not as much damage as it would have been for either of them. Meanwhile, you guys just saw this happen.
Drafty, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm in the old broom closet.
Oh, Drafty.
Do you need help? Can you get out, or should we come get you?
You know what? I'll meet you. I'm on my way out.
Check
Okay.
to see if there are any trinkets or keys in there.
I don't think there's any locked doors
Just
in
a
here.
few brooms.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go come back up behind them.
All right. Well, he's doing that, or she's doing that. I keep calling.
That's okay. I'm
Wingort.
Wingert's whatever you want. Or,
Yeah, Wingort seems a little like pansexual.
Yes,
You know,
I would
my
agree.
friend Gorf would say that gender is a construct.
Yes, yes.
This is why I
Oh,
think you guys
boy.
would hit it off.
So what are Minion and Varys doing?
Does it seem like the stairs were unstable from just Wengort's massive weight, or that they're you're 8 feet of shale. I think you're heavy, or that they're generally like they would be unstable to any foot traffic over them.
Roll an investigate check.
20 total, not on the die.
So you're pretty sure that this was a combination of like structurally unsound stairs with all the fire. Maybe they had to be repaired at some point, and that's why they weren't they don't seem to hold the same to the rest of the tower not really being affected by this magical fire.
Okay.
But something about the situation has caused them to crumble a little.
All right, but Varys and I, our weight being significantly less.
You don't even know that
I get it.
you don't even know
He's an elf, he's
there's
so
a collapsed hole in the middle, but where the stairs keep going, you seem like if you can get past that hole, it's fine to keep.
Yes. And we're both pretty light.
Yeah, we're tiny.
I think it might benefit us to be separated right now in case we need any help communicating with the firefighters downstairs.
That's a good point. We should.
I think we should go ahead and try to throw these water orbs into this room.
All right. Let's
You
let's
just
do
throw
it.
the fire orb, the water
well,
orbs.
we
in.
We
wanna go-
just willy-nilly throw those orbs?
No, we're not gonna throw them willy nilly. We're just
Who
we're gonna
are
try
you,
and
me?
get them in there.
I mean, aim at something.
So, we go on.
Yeah.
So
Up
you're
the
trying
stairs.
to
We jump
what?
over.
You're trying to jump over.
Yeah, the hole.
How big
Okay.
is the hole? Is it just a couple
It's
feet
a
or?
few feet. It's like big enough that it is like you can't just like take a big step. You do have to make a little bit of a jump, but it's not like a 10-foot long gap or anything.
Yes.
Okay.
What if they waited for me? I'll come up there and lie across the hole and they can crawl across.
I want to
me.
do that.
You could do that.
Let's do that.
It's a bit bigger than 1 foot, unfortunately.
Okay.
I know what you were thinking.
Yes.
Bending?
And I wish it was smaller so I could let you do that cool thing.
Thank
But
you.
it's a
that'd be
little too
fun.
big to use mending, a cantrip that lets him just fix a gap between something. It's a little too big for that.
The wall looks a little broken right behind me. Can I mend that?
Yeah, you can mend that.
All right.
Yeah, let's
Yeah. You
let's.
could have mended that acid you put on the wall.
No, that was a good move.
Yeah, I want to
So-
crawl across Drafty like a ladder.
So I will say this: you can crawl across. You're gonna have to do an acrobatics check in order to get in position for that because Drafty's pretty clumsy.
I mean,
And-
also my weight brought down the stairs the first time.
That's true.
I
So
will
you guys
say-
want me to lie back across the stairs?
I will say
Can you-
it wasn't so much just your weight as that specific spot was also rough. So
Hey, Drafty, can
Yes?
you pop your head outside and ask those firefighters if they have a ladder we could use?
Sure. Hey, my buddies.
so are you back on the first floor, or where are you?
I'm back on. I just came out of the broom closet. I was just about to
Okay,
head
great.
upstairs. Now I'm gonna poke my head out the door I kicked in.
So Axe, Shadow, and Bull are still. 2 of them are manning the hose. It looks like they actually wound it back in because it seemed like you guys weren't using it. And Shadow looks at you and says, "What's up? How's it going in there?"
Great. We're having a real time. It's fun.
Really, you're having fun?
Yeah, that's how I would describe
You
it.
look terrible.
Quick question. You guys wouldn't happen to have a ladder, would you?
Yeah, of course we have a ladder. We're a fire department.
Well, okay. Could we borrow it?
Yeah, okay, sure. And Shadow motions to Bull and tells him to run back and grab a ladder. So it'll take a minute or two for them to bring that back.
Okay.
Do you just shoot the shit with
Do
them?
you have any burritos while we're waiting?
No, you ate our last burrito, and also that was Tiger who had that burrito for you.
I don't know. Okay. So,
What's happening in there?
well, a couple of fire trolls, for sure.
Oh, Magman?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, Magman.
Yeah.
And another guy, I doinked him on the head with my sword.
What kind of guy? There was a guy up there?
He was small, a bit of a negative attitude, if you're asking me.
Okay.
He said things like, "Why are we doing this? We'll never close the portal. We're dumb."
He called you dumb?
I mean, I can only assume.
While you're trying to relay this information to them, Bull comes back with a ladder.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. I love you.
All of them are like taken aback by that. Sorry, what, Drafty?
I thought that was the fireman's code. You said "I love you" at the end of any conversation, in case you perish in the flames.
I don't. Do you? No, I don't say I love you to anyone.
Must
Do
have
you?
been something we did back where I'm from.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I love you.
Wait, you keep saying it.
I go into the building.
Okay, great. So you want to carry the ladder back up there?
Yeah. I got it, guys.
Great. Let's just lay it across this
Great
hole.
job, Drafty.
Great, here we go, and there we go.
So there's now a ladder across these stairs.
Great.
Shall we go first?
Yeah, I think we've-
see.
yeah.
Okay,
what's
I
up?
get it.
Yeah.
Too many burritos.
No. Sure. Okay, so I walk up the stairs to try to go to the room.
Okay. So that's fine. Yeah, you get up there. You guys all use the ladder to get past this hole. Okay, great. So you get up to the stairs, and the heat is the most intense it's been up here. And you do see kind of like a glowing red. It almost looks like an orb just in the center of the room. And when you look at it, like sometimes when you turn your head, it almost seems like you can see through it. Kind of like if you imagine like the way you look through a crystal ball. If you look, when you're looking through a crystal ball.
Of course, yeah.
But if you're like looking
Yes,
through it, you know
yes.
how it bends it, so what is on the other side, you can kind of see it, but it's like the light bends it so you see almost like a wide angle lens. Sometimes when you turn your head, you feel like you can see a very, very rocky, hot, terrifying place through it. But it kind of keeps shifting, and you can't always see that, but you get glimpses of it. And it's like, it's got fuzzy edges. It's not like a solid object. It's a portal.
Yeah.
So that's there. Underneath it, though, is a curled up beast.
Oh, great.
And it has scales, and it is red. It's not huge, but as you approach, it like rears its head up, a long scaly neck up, and you can tell that this is basically a baby red dragon.
Oh no.
It's basically a red dragon wormling.
Of course, yes.
And it like you hear almost like just a low growl.
Yes, I think we should just.
What do we
I think we
do?
just.
What if we threw the water balls at him or
Let's
at the
At the
orb?
dragon?
Yeah, well, do you fight orbs with orbs? Do you know what I'm saying here? Because it's like, that is
I think we might have to kind of deal with the dragon to deal with the
I
portal.
think yes.
Well, the dragon's asleep right now.
No, he's
No, he's
his
not.
head came up and like
No,
looked
he
at
sees us.
you.
He
and
looked-
said-
Yeah,
and
he
did-
sees us. We gotta move here before he does.
Okay, so are we in fight mode?
I'm backing up.
Yeah, I'm gonna back it up.
I'm backing up.
I'm backing up. I'm gonna take my sword and swing at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll give you that. The dragon was clearly like starting to rear back.
Yep.
So you attack?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So
That's
you
great.
run up, you run straight up to the dragon, swing your sword. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Come on. 13 plus 5.
Oh, 18.
18?
Yeah.
That is going to be a hit.
Great.
Yes.
So
great.
2d6 and then plus 3.
Okay. 3, so 6.
One more
Six.
time.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
7.
Great. That was a loud clicking sound on our set. So you do that, and before you two get a chance, you got close, and that very much enraged this dragon.
Of course,
And so like that kind of like growing growl/roar that he was doing before you did that. You go up and you swing your sword, and it does hit him. But in that pain, this young dragon seems to just like, you can see his eyes just blazing, and smoke starts coming out of his nostrils, and he sends fire breath at all of you.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Fire just comes out in like a 5-foot wide, 20-foot long, just blast.
Great.
So you each need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, 7. That's not good.
9.
Do I add anything to this?
Oh, 1? No, she rolled a 1.
Oh no! You rolled a 1.
That's bad.
So
Okay.
wow. So none of you saved against it.
But Ben and I have fire resistance.
That is true. Also, since you rolled a 1, roll 2 d10s together. This is basically going to be a d100.
Like this?
Yeah.
So 79. You basically fall prone. You like, in trying to get away from this, you spin around so much because you are so clumsy that you straight up just fall on your face.
Okay.
So now not only do you get hit, but you have to use an action to like get up before you can do much next turn.
Okay.
So the dragon hits all of you. Oh boy. So you have 11 hit points?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, you guys are resistant.
We have
though.
fire
right,
resistant,
Right.
yeah.
So you each take 5 damage.
All right. So I pass out, but as I'm passing out, I yell, "Vote Varys."
And because you fell flat on your face, you take 10 damage, and you don't have and because you don't have any resistance.
Oh,
Okay.
they're both unconscious.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
you're
I'm
both at 0 hit points.
Okay. Cool.
So I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
Shit.
Go ahead,
We're just on the
We're gonna
floor.
split this.
I don't. Yeah. Well, you're unconscious. I don't know what to. Guys, this is bad. You know what? I guess I have to deal with the dragon before I can stabilize them, because I think if I take another hit, then I'll go down too.
Yeah, you're probably not doing great either.
Yeah. So
We're gonna do this though.
let's cross our fingers that this Eldritch Blast is somehow enough to kill a baby red dragon. For master! 13.
13?
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a miss.
Uh-oh.
God, what now?
I'll use my movement to, you know what? I am coming back for you, I swear. I'm running down to get the firefighters.
You're running away.
To get the firefighters, because I think since we dealt with the fire on floors 1 and 2, they should be able to come up and help.
So I just want to make sure I understand your plan. Get the firefighters to help fight a dragon.
Well, I mean, I don't have a better option right now, Clay. So I feel like
Just listen. No
gotta
judgment. No judgment. I just want to make sure I know exactly what you're doing.
I gotta get more meat to soak up this damage. So yeah.
Okay, great.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. So you run away.
Yep.
So it's not the dragon's turn yet. So because she ran off, it would be Holly your turn. The way death works in D&D is when you get knocked out, you start making death saving throws. So
Okay.
basically, now when it's your turn, you're gonna roll a d20. If you get a 10 or higher, then you're stable. That's a success. If you roll below a 10, that's a failure. Your goal is to get to 3 successes before 3 failures. If you fail 3 times, your character dies. If you succeed 3 times, you stabilize. You're still unconscious, but you don't die.
Okay.
You know, unless a dragon starts eating your body or something like that.
I mean, I'm moving real fast.
16.
Great.
Okay, so you're okay for now. And why don't you, on that little
Mark
sheet there,
down.
just mark 1 success.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna
the
mess
dragon
up.
goes before you, though, Ben. The dragon, it doesn't seem particularly interested in you as food or anything. Like, it comes up and it does, like, with its big hot snout, like, sniff at you a moment. It's an animal. but it is like going back. It almost seems like it's guarding this portal.
That's what I figured.
Okay. So it seems more interested in protecting that than like finishing you off. All right, so Ben, do your saving throw.
One failure.
One failure.
Oh my god.
Jen?
Yeah, I'm running out the tower.
Like, guys, we have a big fire problem that you should come in now.
There's a fire problem?
Yeah, come on, I need you. And
Just a fire problem?
yep, totally just a fire problem. I need you.
Right. You need to roll a deception check for that.
8.
8?
Yeah.
They're questing you more. What do you mean it's just a firing problem? Where's everybody else?
They're up there trying to beat back these flames, but they seem like maybe more flamey than.
More flamey?
Yeah, there's like before the other flames we put out, they were like there was less of it, but now there's more of it, so we need backup.
Wait, so have you figured out what's causing the
No.
ingresses?
Wait, can I send her telepathic? Can I? Can I please tell her something to say?
Yeah, we can't. We hit a part where there's fire, and we can't get through the fire to the other side where probably the problem is. So if you come up and help with the fire, then everything will be great.
All right, so this is not deception, we'll say, but this is, you are persuading them. So do another check for persuasion.
20.
Natural 20? Okay.
No, total.
Total,
But,
that's fine.
yeah.
So they are convinced by this. They're like,
Great.
okay, yeah, this is something we can help with. Finally, we've been wanting to help. Where do we need to go?
3rd floor.
3rd floor?
Fast as you
All right,
can.
let's go, boys. And this unit of 3, fully believing that you just need help getting past some fire, runs up the stairs. I'm assuming you're
Yeah,
you're
I'm
following
following.
them?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. So it's going to take another round for them to get
Yeah.
up these flights of stairs.
Yeah.
So now the dragon's still just sitting there. And it's sorry, I forgot to do one thing. Nope. So it stays there. It doesn't like attack you guys or anything. So Holly, roll that. I'm sorry, you should have done this first, but go ahead and roll your saving throw. Oh no!
Oh no!
If it goes off the table, it doesn't count. But
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, if that had counted, that was a natural 1.
Oh, that's
Wow.
2 failures. That's a
17.
Great, that's 2 successes.
Yes.
Ben.
Second failure.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Oh no!
If you,
the whole world is praying for this racist. racist.
This
There's.
is a racist wizard to
Yeah.
die.
The whole world.
yeah, the whole world
So-
watches this show.
So the guys are running up. We'll say they're ahead of you, so they'll
Yeah.
go first. They run up into this room and immediately see 2 bodies down and a dragon. Which these guys are not adventurers.
Yeah.
They're not aware that this is a baby dragon. Bull immediately just shrieks like a little girl.
Really?
He's like, ah!
Oh, it's
And, like,
just a
they
dragon.
push-
Help us out, guys.
Shadow just says, "Was that here?"
Oh no, but now it is. Let's deal with it.
They're trying to like get past you.
No.
again.
At the very least, you have to stabilize these 2.
Okay. What?
Do any of you know anything about medicine? Help my friend.
Yeah. We'll get them out.
No, don't
and
stabilize them. Don't take them out.
They're doing like this. So they immediately Bull and Axe get each of you in a fireman's carry
Oh no.
and start taking you downstairs.
No, you idiots.
And then so Axe and Bull did that. Shadow looks at you and is like, "Okay,
Use your fire axe on the dragon.
Just
hit it.
And he just throws the
No,
axe
no.
at the dragon.
You idiot.
The axe hits the dragon.
Oh, okay, great.
I take it back. You're not an idiot.
The axe manages to hit this dragon, and it does 4 damage.
I'm gonna hide behind
So
Shadow.
the dragon is not happy about getting hit.
Yeah, I'm
with
gonna
an
hide
axe.
behind Shadow with
and
my,
he basically is like, he's trying to run away after he threw that axe. So now it's your turn.
Stand right there.
hide behind him and Eldritch Blast at the dragon.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Come on.
Come on. 14.
Nope.
Damn it. Where are you now, natural 20?
So, Holly, roll your saving throw. They haven't had a chance to stabilize you yet.
Those dumb idiots. I specifically told them.
5.
Oh,
That's
that's a
one failure. So the dragon now is very upset.
Yeah,
Because he just got a fire axe thrown at his head.
Yeah.
And he walks up to you and he actually tries to bite Shadow because he's in front of you.
Yeah.
And he's like a little disoriented still. So like his neck kind of comes forward and he's just like snapping. And he misses, but he's not happy.
Okay.
Ben? Roll the save. They haven't had a chance
The
to
moment of
stabilize you
truth.
yet. Oh no.
you were just saying.
No!
I died.
Can I give him this?
No, they have to be conscious to use it.
Oh.
You're the first
Ben
person
Greene.
to die.
First casualty
Oh boy.
of a temp adventure.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
A moment for Varys,
Yeah.
everyone.
Remember me.
Ben, I'm so sorry.
Remember me well. As a man who thought about changing his.
Can I just say, you're saying this as Varys, so like, you're about to die, so let's hear it in your voice.
Remember me not as a full racist, but as someone who chose to be racist because he thought it would win an election.
Okay.
I don't think that was true.
Fair enough.
Either, but okay.
Goodbye, friends.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow. Heavy.
The gnomes will never succeed in their plans to make life horrible for the rest of you.
Oh no.
So Axe and Bull get your bodies down to the second floor where it's stable enough that they do, and they set you down, and they're trying to stabilize you both. Bull realizes that you're gone, and Axe stabilizes you. So you're not awake yet.
Anybody
but
down
you're
there
not
who's
dead.
conscious, join me back up here, please.
None of them are conscious.
Well, Axe and Bull
Well,
are.
yeah, they are.
That's who I'm talking to.
Okay. Well, and Shadow, now that he has no axe,
Yeah.
he is terrified. And
Where is the axe?
He threw it at him, so
Yeah.
that was when the dragon was still close to the portal. So it probably bounced off and was like closer
Grab
to
the axe and hit him again.
him.
Do it.
He's trying to get past you, and at this point, he's trying to push you out of the way.
I'm gonna use my awakened mind to telepathically like make a voice in his head that's like,
Help them defeat this dragon, or you will perish.
Roll a persuasion check.
6.
You're right. I will help them.
Oh, wow.
And he tries to push you out of the way to go to them, which is
Oh.
down on the second floor.
Idiot.
He does not push you out of the
Oh,
way.
great.
He's very weak.
Okay.
Apparently.
I'm gonna continue
so now
hiding
it's your
behind
turn.
him. I gotta try that Eldritch Blast one more time. If I don't
Do you
want to
have
arm.
other spells?
I do, but it's Arms of Hadar, which would hit him as
Oh,
well,
yep.
and Dissonant Whispers, which is
All
only
right.
gonna do psychic damage.
Try to
the
blast
dragon.
him.
8.
8.
I'm gonna run down to the other firefighters with my movement.
You have to come help me.
Okay. So you run down, leaving Shadow up there alone. Great. Holly.
I assume he's gonna follow me since he was trying to get past me.
Yeah. So you don't have to roll anymore, but until something helps you like get some health back, you're still knocked out. The dragon is now very mad.
Yeah, I would imagine.
He's been blasted. He had an axe thrown at him, so he starts following you in shadow.
Okay.
And he tries. Oh, let me try this. He tries to bite Shadow again. That hits.
Oh no.
And
It's a massacre.
Yeah, this is not going well.
Should have worn the suit.
so let's just say you look back over your shoulder.
Yeah.
The last you see of Shadow
Oh no.
is a dragon wormling. Just snap him and shake him like a rag doll.
Oh no.
And the dragon ends up basically, after it's done shaking him, tossing him down that hole that was in the staircase down to the first floor again.
We've gotten the dragon away from the portal now, though, right?
Yes. However, it's in the staircase.
Ha. I'm going to use my halfling nimbleness, which I can use to move through the space
Well,
of
it's
any
not-
medium or larger creature.
Actually, I guess it's your turn because Ben's dead and the
Yeah.
other guys are not coming up to help.
Yeah.
Good one,
So I
Ben.
want to move through its space with that halfling nimbleness and take out the water orb I have and try to put it in the portal.
So, for halfling nimbleness, let me just remind myself.
Sorry, I'm not more help here.
Quite all right. You took a lot of damage.
Just need a bit of a nap.
So, you.
Basically, I'm gonna
Go- you-
try to clamber over
Yeah.
the.
Do you have to roll anything for that?
I
or
don't
is
think
it just...
so. I think it's just that you can move through their
Oh,
space.
you can move through
Yeah.
them. Feel like it would still try to claw you a little bit, like basically an attack of opportunity. So we'll say he does that with disadvantage
Okay.
because you're so awkward.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, so he's trying to claw you, but you're so small and
Yeah.
wily that he just misses and he kind of just tears up the stairs more.
Okay.
I just noticed that James in the chat asked what kind of insurance Tavlin's has. We'll say this has actually come up before, and I don't think it's come up in the show, but in the submission form for adventures, which you will have a link to at the end of the show, so you can submit adventures. It's stated that Tavlin's employees and temps are independent contractors.
So we're not
So
covered.
Tavlin is not liable for anything that happens.
Yikes.
So you get through with your move action. Do you want to like just go straight up to the portal, or
I'm now behind the dragon.
you're behind him?
Yeah. I'm gonna go up to the portal and take that water orb and hold it up to the portal, crack it, and then shove it in.
Okay.
After it's cracked.
Okay.
Like an egg.
Yeah.
I
I just want to make sure it's releasing the water. And then...
Roll a strength check.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is
17.
Oh yeah, you're able to crack it. Yeah. So the crystal of the water orb cracks, and like I assume you almost like an egg away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you do that, a torrent of water rushes in. Are you like just dropping it, or are you
I'm
like pushing
shoving it toward the
Right.
portal, yeah.
So it's almost like as you push it in,
Master!
the water, like this torrent, comes into the portal, and momentarily, it's almost like the water orb closes over the portal. It doesn't seal it or anything, but you get the impression that it's like cooling everything down a lot.
Okay.
And the dragon just starts screeching.
Ooh.
And it doesn't immediately disappear or anything like that, but it seems very weak and like upset about this.
Great.
And the flames everywhere else seem to die down. You feel a change in temperature, like it is cooler.
Okay. Great.
So that's that. The guys down there, they're tending to you, but they don't
Yeah.
know you have a potion of healing or anything, so they're not like giving it to you.
You're not unstable though. At least they're
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna
stabilized.
die.
You won't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dragon like rears its head back and like just charges at you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
So it's mad. It's very mad, and it is a last desperate attempt. It lets another blast of fire out at you.
Okay.
So you need to make another dexterity saving throw, and its head. It seems a little wilder now. Its head's going all over the place.
I've never wanted to beg for inspiration more, but I don't have it. 13.
Okay. So it lets this fire, but the way it's shaking its head, it's like it's almost like it's like a flame that's just going all over the place. And
Yeah.
you're so small and it's so mad, it just happens to miss you.
Okay, great.
So it's back to you.
Gotta try that Eldritch Blast.
Come on.
Aim
this
it
time.
down the throat.
Okay,
this time.
this time. Come on.
Come on, it's missed
Yeah.
so many times now. It's my actually, you
Do
know
it for
what? No one
Varys.
else is around me. I could do Arms of Hadar now. No one else could get hurt by this, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
I'm gonna do Arms of Hadar instead. So it has to make a strength saving throw against 14.
Okay.
So basically, I yell, Master, help me!
Against 14, it misses it. So 2d6 necrotic damage.
Yeah. And it can't take reactions until its next turn. 4.
4 damage.
I bet it has 1 hit point left.
Still kicking. It's close enough that it tries to bite you again. Again, it is just flailing all over the place.
I'm gonna use my movement after these black tentacles burst out around me and smack it around for necrotic damage. I'm gonna use my movement to the halfling. Is it in the doorway or did it come all the way back?
It came back towards you.
Okay, great. I'll just go around it and try to get back out the door if I can.
Okay.
But not over it since I don't
It's still
have
close
to.
enough that it can kind of snap at you.
Yeah.
And it hits.
Okay.
It does 10 damage.
All right, I'm unconscious.
Oh
my
no.
God. Oh my God, what do we do?
You gotta hope those firefighters find that potion.
This is terrible.
So Holly, we're gonna say, for fun's sake,
Yeah, for fun's sake.
that
That's why we're here.
they do find that potion of healing, and the reason it's taken so long is they found it and they're unsure. They look at each other, bull and axe kind of look at each other and open your mouth and pour it down.
Okay.
And potion of healing is going to let you regain. So roll d4 twice.
The triangle.
3.
Nice.
3.
Nice.
So you get 8 back because it's +2 to that. So you get 8 hit points back, and you are up.
Okay.
You have to get up, but so it's your turn now.
Okay. So I'm gonna get up, and the dragon is still there, right?
It's up on the 3rd floor. You guys are on the 2nd because they took you downstairs.
Okay.
To stabilize.
But I gotta kill this dragon.
It's a good idea.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to
So this is not an attack. I think
yeah.
you want to just run up and hit it.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I think you probably just want to run up and swing
Yeah.
your sword at
Okay.
it.
Let's
Yeah.
do this. I want to doink it.
Doink it. So you run up there, and we'll say you're doing a dash so you can actually get up there and still attack this turn. So you are just dashing up there, and roll your attack.
That's 20, right?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go, guys. 7
+5.
plus 5.
12.
Yeah.
You just hit it.
Okay.
So roll your damage.
That's 20 again.
Nope.
Or D2,
2d6 +3. I wish it was a 20.
Which one?
The
cube?
normal looking die.
Oh, sorry guys. I'll
That's
never
okay.
catch on to this. 5.
Roll it again.
Again,
3.
+3.
+3, so that's 11 damage. Wouldn't have mattered. You could have rolled a number that wasn't possible, just 1, and you did.
I knew it
But
only had
because
1
you
hit point left.
You hit it so much. You swing your big 2-handed axe. You lop this dragon's head clean off.
Yeah! This one's for Varys!
Stabilize me.
So yeah, we'll say because the encounter's over that you, if you want, you can do a bodyguard type thing of just carrying Minion's limp body
Yes.
downstairs.
Yes.
Tiny little
Okay, yes.
And you're stabilized. You don't have to make any
Great.
saving throws. So, once that and the firefighters can tell that something's changed. So you guys all go out.
Well, the 2 that are alive
Yeah,
still.
Axe and Bull, since you let Shadow
I
die.
let him die.
So you guys all leave. So 2 people have died.
Hey
But
man, there's gonna be casualties.
You sealed off. You didn't seal the barrier, but you sealed off from the flare-ups that's been happening.
Great.
So you go back down to the tower, and you can see from the outside that there's not a lot. The flames that you saw on the roof aren't there anymore.
Great.
And Ulrich, aka Bunker's there, the fire chief, and he kind of says you did it.
Yep.
Yes.
At great personal cost.
We lost our
Where's
best.
the other one?
He died.
We lost our
And
best friend.
So did one of your firefighters.
This goddamn job.
This was too dangerous for temps. I cannot stress that to you enough. If this thing starts doing this again, you have to go get some real adventurers.
Well,
Or like I could bring my master by. He could probably handle it like no problem because he's the best and like super powerful. But we are not equipped for this, man.
well, maybe if the council gave us enough money to hire real adventurers, this would have happened.
Well, Varys is the one who died, and he was the one who was running for the seat.
Well,
so.
I do have a bit of an announcement to make.
no.
In light of my best friend Varys dying, I've decided to run for his seat.
You're not a
Under
magic
the platform of no gnomes. I'm very excited.
No.
Vote for me, Wangord.
No,
All right.
The Council of Mages is made up of mages.
So that's it. It's about like, that took a good chunk of the day. It's like 3:30, 4 p.m. I assume you guys want to go back to Tavlin's and collect your
Yep.
payment for the day?
Yes.
The firefighters all bid you adieu. So you guys can start heading back.
Yep.
Varys's body, I guess, do you want to bring his body back with you?
I guess because they might have contact info for him,
Or-
like an emergency contact that we could.
Or we could weekend at Bernie's him and get his payment.
I mean, I think the payment for the job
try
is
to
the
wait.
payment for the job.
Please try to weekend at Bernie's him.
All three of us are back. The Three Musketeers.
Okay, great. Great, so you go back. Well, they're walking back. Also, just mentioned, it looks like you guys already voted. There's one piece of loot for every adventure, in addition to the payment. There's always one piece of
Thanks,
special
guys.
loot. And before you leave the firefighters, because it comes from them,
Oh, okay.
they come up to Minion and they say, like, thanks for killing that dragon. That
You're
was
welcome.
terrifying.
But I love you. You didn't want to give it to me?
Well, it's, listen, because of that, Shadow, I think Shadow would have wanted you to have this.
Thank
and they
you.
give you Shadow's fireman's helmet.
Oh, I totally put that on.
Yeah. All right, so you guys head back. And if you're watching at home, we're finishing up soon. If you want to vote on any bonus or penalty amount of gold that these guys get paid for this job, you can vote on jash.com/play. We'll get to that in just a second if you guys want to finish up voting. So you guys get there, and Tavlin's like getting there. Betsy seems to already be gone for the day. Tavlin's like just, cleaning up shop before the end of the day. And he sees you guys coming in. Are you holding Varys between you?
Yes.
I mean, I'm so little help here, but you're so strong.
Yes,
I feel
I
like
got him like by the shoulders.
Uh-huh.
We're back. We
Welcome,
are successful.
adventurers! I can see from the contract that the fire brigade signed and its magical aura that you have completed your contract.
We
Yep,
have.
totally did
We
that.
were successful. Cheers for us! Yay!
Roll a deception check.
What do I do?
A d20.
20.
And that's
it's
going to
gonna be your charisma.
Add charisma to it.
9 plus 2.
Okay. He's kind of staring at Varys a little. Is something wrong with him?
He's really tired.
He
This
did
was a
so much
hard
work.
job, Tavlin.
Yes. He's good.
You know
That's
how-
how he is. Didn't you
Did he
know?
die?
He's you know how elves meditate?
Yes.
He's in
Yes.
his like meditative trance because it was such a hard job.
Yes.
Oh, now you roll a deception check.
I have proficiency in deception, so maybe. Oh, 23.
Okay. Who says, oh, I've never seen an elf in their meditative trance.
Yeah, we
Impressive,
can,
am I
we'll
right?
take his payment.
Yes,
and-
we'll
Fascinating,
take his payment.
fascinating.
Yes.
Well, here is 20 gold for each of you.
Ooh, that's at least one pageant for me.
I'll just, I guess, tuck it into his shirt.
We'll
Yes,
make sure
well,
he
yes,
knows
don't
it's
worry,
there when he wakes
yes.
up.
Okay, you're right. It's rude to
Yeah,
tuck
we'll
something
don't
into a
tuck,
meditating
yes.
elf.
Yeah, we'll take it and give it to him when he wakes up.
Yes.
Common piece of D&D wisdom, never tuck something into a meditating elf.
It's like you don't want to wake up a sleepwalker.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
That's it, guys.
Yay!
You did it! And 66% of you survived.
Yay! Vote Wangord!
Ben, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, thank you.
You
That
made
was a good,
history.
that was a good run.
You, of course, as we said earlier, can come back with a different character.
Thank you. Maybe.
Maybe one who's not so racist. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, was
Oh,
that a
yeah.
coincidence? The first racist character you had died?
Here's the thing, not intentional, not upset that it happened.
Yeah, but now I'm the racist character.
So if you ever come back.
That's it, guys. That's our show for this week. Thank you for watching. Thanks also to our guests for coming, Ben Greene, Holly Prazoff, and Jen Krueger. Do you guys have anything you want to plug? Any like sites or Twitter or anything like that?
Sure. You can follow me on Twitter at HoorayJen, and if you like any kind of pop culture stuff, you can check out a podcast. I don't do it anymore, but they're all pretty evergreen. Prepopculture.com.
You can follow me at Holly Praz on Twitter, and I will literally never tweet.
Very cool.
I have a webcomic called Random Pairing. You can find it at randompairing.tumblr.com.
It's very funny.
Oh, thank you.
And it's pairing, P-A-I-R.
P-A-I-R-I-N-G.
Yes.
Get the book!
Pairing, like to pair up, not like the fruit pear.
Yes.
Yes, random
Okay.
pair. Awesome. Thanks so much for playing, guys.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
doing this.
Thank
you. Thanks for having us.
I'm, again, so sorry you died.
Me too.
Guys, we'll be back next week. We'll be next. Sorry, our schedule has been bumping around. We're hopefully getting in a new studio soon, so we'll be a little more set in that. But we should be next Thursday at 3 p.m. If you haven't, please follow us on Twitch. If you go to twitch.com or twitch.tv/JashPlay, use the follow button there. Don't use the one on Jash.com. It's broken and we're working on fixing it. But thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Internet.